What's up? Good morning. It's Friday. Finally Friday, and I'm excited because the weekend is here. Yesterday we had an awesome time. Butler's Courtyard. A ton of people got married. You weren't one of them this time.
It's a little weird to be in studio again. Like,
Where am I?
Like, what's going on?
What do I do with my hands?
What do I do with my hands? How do we make this show work? What's up, guys? I hope you're having a great Friday morning. Shout out to all of our listeners today. You deserve a day of positivity right here at KHEA Radio. So thank you for tuning in.
Shout out to some of our partners too. Benito's and Lamarck, Brazilian Drop. Shout out to them. Burger Nation, Butler's Courtyard, Chef's Tables, the City of Lamarck. Yesterday we were shooting video with the City of Lamarck for our Shine on Lamarck videos. Dropping on
Monday.
That's right.
We are going to be focusing on a company that does fences in Lamarck. So if that gives you a hint, maybe you've seen their big yellow signs throughout the community.
Kurt, I got a quick question.
Yes.
We're not live.
We're live on Talk of Taco. What's up, Talk of Taco? This isn't KHEA, but it might as well be. We do have someone watching. Kurt's face. Anyways, hey, y'all have a good day. We're going to copy this caption, and we'll see you soon on KHEA Radio's Facebook. Love you, Taco fam.
Will you copy that?
Yeah, let me go and find it.
Did you end it?
How?
I don't know.
Where do I find it?
It's on the Taco Taco description. Look, Taco Taco was live 1 minute ago.
I didn't get a notification or anything.
We were in on the page?
Talk of Taco. We were live as the Taco Taco Facebook page.
Oh, then I'm not going to be able to get the description from that.
Yeah, just search Talk of Taco.
No, I'm looking at it. But,
Okay.
But where's it stored at?
Just on the video. Let me look at my phone.
Here, I got it.
We should share that into Talk of Taco because that's funny.
There's like a list, and I must not have clicked on the right one. Who likes our page?
Actually, so it has no. Let me see. Share to a group.
Oh, wait, it's not in the Talk of Taco group?
No, we made a Taco Taco page, and it went live from the
okay.
page.
By the way, I'm still recording this because I'm going to post this to YouTube later. Be good content for YouTube. We are...
Now we just need to memorize word for word what we said. On the last one, I'm redoing it, be like deja vu.
Okay. I can copy
Yeah,
that
this
now.
is a behind-the-scene blooper reel. The best of the best. Only the best and the brightest are accepted to work here at KHEA. Shout out to City of Lamarck, though. That's where we're broadcasting
Are you
from.
retyping, Kurt? You don't have to. I found it.
Okay. And you'll be able to copy
Yeah,
paste?
I can copy
okay,
paste.
I just made one. I'm just going to say Happy Friday, and then you can change everything else.
Okay.
Dang, and we were on a roll. We were doing
Now
so
the show,
well.
you know, the show is going to be not as good.
I feel like... Okay, so what did we say? We said welcome. We
Just let it roll, man. We
all
can't
right.
think this through.
Facebook KHEA Radio. All right, you ready?
Yeah, give me the point. Good morning. It's Friday. I'm so excited to start this day with you. I'm excited because we're going to be spreading some positivity, having a lot of fun. Yesterday, we had a great time. It was Valentine's Day. We were at Butler's Courtyard, hanging out. Kurt, you didn't get married yet.
I didn't get married yet. It feels weird being back in the studio. This is the craziest.
It's like it's weird because it's almost deja vu, but it's different.
I
And
don't know what to do with my hands.
I don't know what to do with my hands either because we're not used to being in the studio. I forget how to use the equipment, but we are excited. We're going to get through this day together.
Hey, I just want to give a quick shout out to all of our listeners who are watching right now.
Okay.
I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. I mean, just have some positivity in your life. It's going to be great.
It's February 15th, and I'm excited. Day after Valentine's Day. Let us know. What did you get for Valentine's? Did you have a good day? If not, hey, today's going to be better. Don't worry. Shout out to some of our partners, by the way.
Yeah.
Anthony from Realty Solutions, Benito's, Brazilian Drops, Burger Nation, Butler's Courtyard, Tetelestai, Chef's Table Charities, and the City of Lamarck. Guess what? Yesterday, we went and shot some video for the City of Lamarck for our Shine on Lamarck series, and that video is going to drop on
Monday.
On Monday.
And you know what? Here's the best part is it's about fences. And we're not going to drop the name of the place because we want to make you guess. Maybe you've seen their yellow signs all throughout Lamarck.
I couldn't help myself. It's
What?
A to Z Fence.
Come
It's A to
on.
Z Fence. They're located in Lamarck. And I remember so I'm from Lamarck. Well, I moved to Lamarck as soon as I could.
Right.
I was about 10 years old. I didn't really have a say-so. My parents moved here, right? Anyways, so we got a house. It was It was awesome. We had some neighbors, and I remember seeing signs up, and I don't know if it was our fence or the neighbor's fence, but you share a fence when you have a neighbor, and it's like the A to Z fence, and it's been there for years because the house was built like in the 60s or 70s.
And they've been there for like 50-some years.
Yeah, they've been there since the 70s, building fences and doing all kinds of stuff. I'm talking about metal, aluminum. I'm talking even electric fences. I was thinking about getting an electric fence for you. So whenever
When I come over, I get electrocuted.
well, maybe.
And you're like, Kurt, stop knocking on my door.
Sometimes I'm wondering, like, where's Kurt? Did he live campus? What's going on? So if I put an electric fence, like even one of those underground ones around the thing, so I can get like a little monitor and be like, well, there's Kurt, and I can just give him a good zap every once and again, like, eh. Or if he tries to leave without saying anything.
I
Like,
feel
it was
like
2
this
days ago.
conversation is going the wrong way because you know what usually happens here at KHEA Radio?
Yes, I do.
get put into some interesting predicaments.
That's true.
Let's say, and I feel like maybe a shock collar or something would be really, really bad.
You know, I have 2 shock collars for my dogs. I could bring one in if you want to
We're
try.
not doing this.
Hey, Crystal, just making things happen. Yesterday, somebody said Crystal is the glue of KHEA Radio. I just want to get y'all's thoughts. What do y'all have to say about that? Crystal, would you agree?
I don't know.
Crystal's like, I do not want to be responsible in being known as the person who's holding this together.
I don't think I'm the glue, but I do think I'm like the reality check that brings y'all back down to earth.
Okay,
So-
that's fair.
I feel like a reality check would be like, Kurt, Gardy, this would be a bad idea. But then you let us go through it and let us experience it on our own.
I tell you all the time your life choices are bad ideas, but you never listen to me.
That's true. Kurt, you don't listen.
True.
You don't listen. And anyways, it's Monday. We're getting the day started. We've already dropped
It's not
a new
Monday.
video. I'm sorry, it's Friday. It's not Monday. We're getting the day started. We already dropped a video
On
for.
Taco Taco's Facebook page?
We did do that. That was an accident. We already dropped another video that is with the Birthday Joy program.
Yeah, we're doing I guess a fundraiser, if you want to call it that, a toy drive.
A toy drive, a book drive,
for
gift
the
card drive.
Birthday Joy program. If you have toys or books that you want to drop off here at Abundant Life Christian Center, we also have drops at Butler's Courtyard and Living Well Clinical Nutrition in League City. If you have toys that you want to help us donate, they have a big birthday party happening on the 23rd, and we just want to like show up with like 80 million gifts and be like, have fun, kids.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't know about this this program and what they do. A lot of people do know, but what we're trying to do is spread awareness. Maybe
Right.
you aren't at a place where you can make it to the store or donate at this time. That's cool. If you share out the content, you'll let people know there's a need, there's an opportunity. What they do is they go to these group homes, they go to these shelters. These are kids that don't have parents to live with. Maybe their parents aren't fit to take care of them at this time. They don't have a family member. Maybe they don't have parents at all, but they're placed in the care of the state. And the Birthday Joy comes in and throws birthday parties for these kids during their birthday month, so that way they can have a gift. That way they can have a party. That way they can feel like a normal kid and just have a good birthday. Do you remember birthday parties growing up?
I remember all my birthday parties growing up, so this is a fun way for the kids to have something that they may not have had before. Maybe they've never had a birthday party up until this time, and so to imagine showing up for your kid's birthday party and have like hundreds of toys, like I would be the happiest kid ever.
Yeah, I had Anthony from the Arms Room, the GM over there. He called me, or actually he sent me a text this morning and said, hey, I love everything about the Birthday Joy. I love what they're doing. I checked them out. I saw the content. What can I do to get involved? So I told him, I said, you can do this, and these are any options, anything. He said, I'm going to do everything I can.
Right.
This is really cool. And I asked him, I said, even more, sharing the video, that is a huge part. That's spreading awareness. And he had already shared it even before I said that. I just hadn't seen it yet. So that's really cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited. So you can drop off your toys at any time here at Abundant Life Christian Center. You can drop them off at Butler's Courtyard. You can drop them off at Living Well Clinical Nutrition, all in League City. If you are a business owner and you want to be a drop-off place where maybe, in Dickinson or Galveston or something, please let us know. We'd love to allow you that opportunity to help support the Birthday Joy program and all that they're doing.
Yeah, and if you are a business owner or have a spot, then rile up your troops, rile up your employees. Say like, hey, if you can, everybody, man, bring bring a toy, bring a party supply, bring a little pack of napkins, some plates. These are all things that they can use. These are things that they need and use, like even balloons, like deflated balloons, so they can blow them up for the parties. There's a ton of different options. We have all kinds of ideas, and if you need something and you're like, hey, what can I do? They even need volunteers. If you don't have the finances, the money, or the time to go to the store, but you can have a weekend free or something, they need volunteers often. Hey, and we just got some shirts from Chef's Table Charities.
Crystal, let her in. Let her in.
Is Natasha going to be on camera with us? Is Natasha going to come in? So shout out to Natasha and Chef Mary Bass, Joe Perez, and Chef's Table Charities. Are you going to come in? Are you going to hop on and sit in the seat real quick?
I'll give you like 5 minutes.
Okay, she's going to give us 5 minutes, and that's exciting. So you look excited.
Dang. This is your first time ever being on our show.
Finally happened. Can we do the awkward hour with Natasha?
Yeah, awkward hour, and we're going to get the screen grab. We're going to make sure the screen grab is
be
you.
like the worst ever. Like.
So what do we have? What are these?
These are the Be the Good shirts.
Okay, and then we got bracelets too.
Yes.
Can I open one of these up here?
Yeah.
These are both our size?
Yes.
Mediums?
Larges?
Larges.
Yeah.
Larges.
A large,
But I'm
extra
gonna
large.
owe you one. So.
Cool. So we got some shirts, and let's see what they say. Believe there is good in the world. Hashtag Chef's Table Charities. Hashtag the Honor Network. So how can somebody get one of these? How can somebody get one?
We have a store on Etsy. So they can, yeah, you should wear. I was hoping to get here before y'all went live. But, so.
Well, we went live twice.
We did on accident. We had an accident. A boo-boo. We actually went live from Talk of Taco instead of KHEA radio. Sometimes you pick it's the right video stream and send it to the wrong source. And so we were on a roll. But yeah, it was an accident. So
going strong, and then you realized it was only tacos.
Yeah.
So we did the entire thing again. Like, we just remembered everything that we said and then said it twice.
Yeah, we got 5 seconds here. Let's go ahead and go on, and we'll have some fun. Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
And it is Friday. It's not Monday. Earlier, I was kind of confused, and now I'm feeling better. I'm feeling good.
Monday.
We got Natasha in studio from Chef's Table Charities, and you brought us some cool shirts. We got some cool bracelets. Can you kind of share what it is that we're holding?
Okay, so these are the Be the Good shirts, and this sign is something that the Honor Network gives out when they do their Random Acts of Kindness. Yes, you guys have one there. And so we are actually selling them to kind of get some money for our Random Acts of Kindness that we're doing. We've done some kindness rallies in schools. We're trying to get businesses involved because we really want kindness to go viral in 2019.
Oh, yeah.
That's our goal. So I brought you guys some swag so y'all can be like free marketing.
Definitely. Hey, we love to spread good news and definitely be able to rock some swag, some bracelets, and some T-shirts.
Yeah,
you look good, Curt.
This sign sits here every day, and it's in this shot. So it does help us to kind of promote to be the good. So we appreciate, like, when she brought this and we kind of stole it and kept it.
Kind of like the taco, right?
Well, she forgot it.
Let's not talk about the taco. We're still upset about this.
Yeah, so I think Chef Mary Bass, she left the sign on accident, and then we're like, oh, you left your sign. And then she said, oh, you guys just, wait, you gave some quotations.
Accident.
Was that I guess maybe Chef Mary Bass doesn't make accidents. We got played.
She did. She's like, oh, I just left it there.
Yeah, but
Dang.
Either way, hey, it's cool. We like it there. So, Natasha, what's been going on? I know y'all have been busy.
We have been busy.
And there's been a ton of stuff going on.
Yeah, so we've been busy with the government shutdown, helping the federal employees that were going without pay. So hopefully our government officials will keep open. And
isn't there supposed to be something today? Are we supposed to know by today?
The last thing I read this morning was that Trump was going to sign the law and then go into like a national emergency maybe. So that'll create a whole nother slew of problems, but at least people will get paychecks and they'll be able to buy groceries.
There'll be an answer.
Diapers and
an answer to move forward and keep the government hopefully running.
Natasha, talk a little bit about what it was like to kind of be the good in that situation. What did you guys hear from the people as you guys were doing
helping the families? Everybody.
So it was really kind of crazy. We ended up helping 21 agencies overall. A lot of them were Coast Guard. There's a lot of Coast Guard in this area. But you know, the families, they were so great because they didn't want to accept help at first. They were like, oh, well, how can I help you? And you know, it was awesome because we had just the whole community bring us tons and tons of donations. Jack Tracy, who owns Ziegler's Food Store, opened up his back storeroom for us and let us set up our operations there because we We outgrew Mary's house. We outgrew a school that was letting us use a portable building, and we ended up at Ziegler's. And it was the whole community came together, and people were calling every day, hey, I'm going to Walmart, what do you need? Or, hey, I'm going to Galveston, do you have some boxes I can deliver? And we had too much help. It was a great problem to have, actually.
Wow.
To have too many volunteers.
We saw something, I think I saw this on I-45 now, but it was on Ziegler's, and I guess their plan is to reopen, and they're waiting on some stuff to go through. But I mean, you know some history about Ziegler's, right? A little bit, being from around that area.
Yeah, so Ziegler's has always been kind of a staple in Dickinson, and before that it was, I don't remember the name of it now, but Jack Tracy has owned it. He got it from Mr. Ziegler because he actually married Mr. Ziegler's daughter, and was running the store until Harvey hit, and has full plans to reopen. So hopefully everyone, as soon as he can get open, will go and support him, because he's just been awesome in all of this.
Yeah, because y'all had that family weekend, and we were able to go out. That was a lot of fun. My son was having the time of his life because there was the snow cone, the ice machine.
We had snow cone. Yeah.
The ice came out.
Yeah, but we weren't eating sugar, so I was just eating ice. And the ice is good. It stands by itself, just being able to eat the ice, and then in the bounce houses, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, let's talk also. So you did this stuff, and it was fantastic. But you have another event coming up in April as well. Do you want to talk about that?
Yes, sure. So we are working with the Children's Oasis Foundation in Pine Drive at Dickinson, and they are going to have a luncheon because they are raising money to go to Ghana to help set up a school for autistic children there. There's a big need in Ghana, and some people had reached out asking them for kind of curriculum, and they said, you know what, we're going to come and set it up for you. And so Ashley had reached out and said, hey, could you guys kind of help us, get this sorted? So we, of course, said yes. And so we're going to help them with this luncheon, and they're actually incorporating it into their curriculum. So they've chosen like 9 or 10 kids from their program who are actually going to learn about like food handling, food service, what they can do in a kitchen, how to have,
That's
food
cool.
safety.
Yeah.
So Chef Mary will come and kind of give them an introductory course. It'll be part of their curriculum, and then the kids will actually be showcased during this this luncheon. They're going to be the ones actually serving people that come to it. So we're going to have seats for 200 people. Hopefully we'll get some community sponsors to help us out with some tables and stuff, and then all the proceeds are going to benefit this Ghana project that they have, because I think they're going in June.
They are.
It's like really fast. So.
Yeah. We talked to them about that when they were on the show, but the luncheon, what day is the luncheon?
April 3rd.
April 3rd. And what time is the lunch?
Right now, I think our time is going to be 11 to 12:30 is what we've planned.
That's like, I eat pretty much from 11 to 12:30 nonstop, so that's perfect for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I think it'd be cool because, if we worked it all out, maybe we could do our show that morning from the spot of the luncheon, and then make sure that people are coming out to the luncheon. That'd be awesome.
Didn't we have someone from Ghana reach out to us about the content?
They want the video. It's in the Dropbox. I have to send it to them now.
Yeah, so that was really cool to see. So we had Ashley and we had Cody in studio sharing about how they're going to Ghana, and they're going to be helping with the curriculum, and that's awesome.
We're going to go live from Ghana with them.
That's our plan.
Nice. Yes, let's make it happen.
That's our plan. It's like they were like, well, we don't know how the internet would be. We're like, well, we really need the internet. And so then we said that Cody would just be like, with some hangers in her hands, like standing on the edge trying to make
foil
sure.
on the edge trying to get.
Yeah, like, okay, move over to the left, move over to the right. So we need to send that. They wanted to get that interview footage, and we have it. Going to send it to them. That was kind of cool to see that the reach, that Facebook and social media and the internet has allowed us to have.
Yeah, we were able to have content in Africa.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome.
It's pretty fun. Okay, so I know there's some stuff y'all were doing, like Kindness Rocks.
So we wanted to do a kindness rally and get youth involved in doing random acts of kindness.
Yeah.
Because what the Honor Project does is they do acts of kindness in honor of victims of tragedies, right? So we thought, okay, let's take this kind of to the next step, and let's just be kind because it's the right thing to do. And who better to start with than cranky junior high kids, right? So, and I can say that because I have a 13-year-old. I feel like I'm allowed to say that.
Cranky 13-year-olds.
Cranky 13-year-olds. Because they're so mean. It's so easy to be mean. They're just downright rude little kids. So we thought, okay, we're going to change their mindset. So we did a rally at McAdams. And there, the way it happened, I had a dream that we did this rally. And usually Mary's texting me. I have an idea, and I text her, hey, I had this crazy dream. And she was like, okay, yeah, that sounds cool. And then 2 days later, Miss Grissom, who's the counselor at McAdams, said, hey, we're doing a kindness project, and we want to know if you guys can help out. And I was like, this is it. This is our moment. So we went and did a rally, and their project, so what they have to do is we come and do a rally and talk to kids and kind of get them hyped up. You know, I teach them to smile in any language because then they can be a professional smiler. And then they have to do a project. So their project were these kindness rocks. And then each kid had a random act of kindness that they got after the rally, and they're trying to complete them because that'll be like 730 random acts of kindness if every kid completes one. And then they are going to challenge crayons, actually. So they are making a challenge video. They're going to challenge crayons.
What city is crayons in?
Crayons is Dickinson. It's the new junior high.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
So then, and so we actually have talked to some of our people in the Honor Network who are on the East Coast, West Coast, and they are going to try to get some contacts and do the same thing.
That's cool.
And then the idea is that you just challenge other people, and then it goes viral. So then it's like the ice bucket challenge or the stupid cinnamon challenge, but it's kindness. It's just being nice.
Tide Pods.
Yeah, like let's do a challenge that has a good result.
I was in Walmart the other day, and I was with somebody, and I was like, oh, Tide Pods, and I'm going like this, you know, like joking. And some old guy walked by and just looked at me like this, and I was like,
it's like the youth of today.
I'm going to get in trouble and kicked out of Walmart.
Have you ever been kicked out of Walmart?
Not yet.
Not even as a kid. Not even as a kid. That was like, yeah. Hey, what's up, Ashley? We were just talking about Children's Oasis and everything that you guys got going on. We had Natasha in studio, and we're talking about the event. One more time, what is the date and what is it again?
April 3rd is going to be a luncheon to raise awareness and funds for the Ghana trip for the Children's Oasis Foundation. And right now we think the time is going to be 11 to 12:30. At the beginning of March, we'll start contacting people to sponsor tables. And then we can seat up to 200 people. So.
How much are the tables going to be?
We're still working out some of the details.
Contact us when you know the details so that KHEA could hopefully maybe sponsor something as well.
It's gonna be $10,000, and we're like, oh.
Yes, exactly. For you guys only. Special price. No,
so we need to do another share-a-thon.
Well, your eyebrows are almost back. You could just reshave them for Ghana.
I feel like if I had to reshave them, people are going to be like, I'll give you like $2 for that. We saw what happened. It didn't like stay. Like, it's not worth it.
Yeah, so go ahead and share this video out. Feel free to ask us any questions. Like this video. Comment. What do you have going on today? It's Friday. This is KHEARadio.com, 99.5 FM. And this is Kickstart. We're going to be on till 11. Boop, 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 boop. Got it.
Awesome. Well,
Thank you for. Well,
To
this
work.
was work.
This is hard work here.
Coming up.
I know. I have to go do my job. So you guys do your job.
We'll see you. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for the gifts and our shirts.
Yay.
What size shirt do you wear? Medium.
Some-
You're gonna have to wait then because we're out of mediums. Does Kurt fit a medium? That's a large.
That's a large right there.
This is a medium.
Okay, I'll put you on our list for next time. We gotta order more.
Woo woo.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Becca said, I'll give you $5 to keep your eyebrows.
That's not enough. When you get $1,000 to shave them, $5 to keep them, I don't know if that's enough.
Yeah, if you get enough people, you know, they're like 100 people to give you $5, and
that's
then
$500, yeah.
Your eyebrows are pretty intense, though.
But I also realized,
some serious arches going on.
I realized that I didn't change the camera. I'm so sorry.
It's okay, Kurt.
I also realized that. Where was I going with this? Oh, I was gonna say. I also realized that for me, I don't want the money going to the radio station. I want them coming to me because I realized I'm the one that had to walk around with no eyebrows for a few days.
You also sometimes like the attention, though. So you're just like, oh, look at me. I want the attention.
Sometimes he likes the attention
all the
always.
time.
Yeah, you're a big fan of attention.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, are you ready for our next guest? We're going to have Anthony Tupper in studio. Did he share it out?
Yeah.
That's what's up. What's up? Hey, I'm going to play this really fast. What's up, Anthony?
What's up?
What's up?
Hey, you got the Buc-ee's coffee this morning?
Had to stop, man. Had to stop.
Where's our Buc-ee's?
I didn't need some Buc-ee's. I got my bag.
Anthony!
They have so many options. I don't know what you guys
I
want.
thought we were friends.
Oh, we are. We are.
Okay.
Hey,
On
we
Facebook.
posted a link to a Buc-ee's article yesterday, and it was really long. And admittedly, I could not finish it because I started reading. I was like, I got other stuff to do. But somebody else commented on there was Paul from Southern Sassy Boy. He was like, hey, that was a crazy read because it was so long. But if I had to ask you, you're a fan of Buc-ee's, right?
Of course.
What is it about Buc-ee's? Like, the bathrooms, the size, everything.
I think it's everything. I think it's the clean bathrooms.
That's
the
huge.
Size, the fact that it's like going into a regular store.
Yeah.
It's not just a gas station.
Yeah.
know? And then the 75 or whatever pumps they got, that helps too.
Is it bad that like if I did like Christmas and birthday shopping and like all the stuff there, it's like you can go knock it out. It's like, well, I need gas, and also, it's Valentine's Day,
And I need some fried chicken. Yeah.
get some fajitas,
Yeah.
like in a barbecue sandwich, an energy
Right.
drink, water, beaver nuggets. I mean, there's so many things. Like, is it bad just to knock it out, like everything?
I think that's what Buc-ee's is kind of wanting. I think that's what they want.
Yeah, that is what they want. So yeah, shout out to them, and we have a giant one and the large.
Where's the camera?
It's
right
on
in
you.
front of you.
that large Buc-ee's coffee that's
Hello.
fueling Tupper.
Yeah.
Tupper martial arts this morning.
Yeah.
Safe to say, right?
Oh, yeah.
Brianna said, being from Iowa, I didn't get the hype at first. I'm now on the Buc-ee's bandwagon. I said that was the first thing that I had to do, like day one of in Texas. They're like, let's go to Buc-ee's. And I was like,
Oh, that's
sounds
right.
like a great time. And I was like, I had no idea. And I showed up and it was just like a large gas station. And I was like, yeah, it's just
You
a
turned
large
your nose
gas
up.
station. I'm like, I'm used to this in Nebraska.
The first Buc-ee's I ever went to, it's the one. It was the first one they built in Pearland. It's just a regular size gas station. It's not one of the big super ones.
Right.
So and then a couple of years later, like the big hype started coming, and I was like, what are we talking about? It's a gas station.
Yeah.
And then my wife and I went on a road trip and we stopped at the one in Luling.
Oh.
And we're like, oh, that's a Buc-ee's.
Yeah, there's one in League City off 96, and that's the normal.
That's where I got.
Yeah.
Oh, the normal Buc-ee's. Yeah, that's the. I stopped there a couple times a week to get gas or something. But this is the one I got off the big superstation off 45. So.
Yeah, the Texas City one, and I like it has the big boom, the Texas City sign.
Yeah.
Just driving through, it's like, yeah, I know where I'm at. I'm heading into Galveston County, and unless they built a bigger one, that was the biggest one at the time, the biggest one.
Somebody told me they just opened one off I-10.
Over in Katy.
Yeah, and I think that's bigger.
Yeah, it's humongous. I don't know, where last time I
On
went
the way
out
to
of town.
San Antonio?
On the way to San Antonio. Yeah, I-10 West.
I know his life better than he does.
So I keep him around just so he can
Stalker.
remember little facts like this. He stalks me a little bit.
Anthony, you got like stuff with you. Are we boxing today?
What you got?
Well, I heard you were getting ready for a boxing match.
I think it may
Somewhat.
be like a knockout session for somebody else, like
Yeah.
somebody's highlight reel in the summer.
Either way, we're excited.
Yeah. So I figured why
Dang.
not give you a little warm-up session in here. And see how
All
you
right,
do.
we'll do
Yeah.
that.
You know, I actually see somebody who has volunteered to be the opponent for you in the summer, Mr. Randy.
I cannot fight Randy Narvis.
Miss-
Randy Narvis is my mentor. He is the guy that I look up to. He is a man of honor.
Mr. Randy
Is
Narvis.
this helping him not want to fight me?
But maybe
He's a man of honor, but he'll still knock you out.
Dang.
maybe this is how he is a mentor of you. He can continue teaching you lessons, life lessons.
What do I have to do to apologize? Just say sorry. Sorry, Randy Narvis, for hurting your heart so much that you want to knock me out.
This is him teaching you a lesson. Sometimes there's tough love. Maybe he still loves you.
Maybe he wants
See,
to
I've
knock
been in-
some sense into you.
Maybe. I've been in martial arts
That's
for
his-
20
that-
years.
that's
Fighting
her-
my mentor was actually like
An
that was
honor?
like the honor. That was the cool thing.
Don't make this a good thing for him. Like, I'm trying to convince him not to do it.
Okay. So you've been in martial arts for, you said 20 years?
20 years. I started when I was in 6th grade, 1998. I had a couple of different issues going on. First issue, obviously, I was being bullied at school. It's a huge problem that kids have even nowadays, and with social media and things like that, it's just even worse.
24 hours a day,
24
potentially.
hours a day. It could be constant. And so when I was in 6th grade, I came home basically crying, and my mom was just like, that's it. We're going to figure out a way for you to learn how to defend yourself. And she found a guy that was able to teach me, and he was my instructor for 16 years until he moved out of the area. And I trained with him for a long time. Great guy. But, I mean, on top of being bullied, I was having problems focusing on my schoolwork. I have attention deficit disorder. So like squirrel, like I'm
Yeah.
really badly.
Where?
I know, right? So and just over the years, I realized like not only was I learning how to defend myself, but I was also learning how to stay focused on one task at a time. I was learning how to, be respectful. I was learning how to be, disciplined and stand up for people who need to be stood up for.
Yeah.
And it was really cool.
That
And
is. So what you said whenever you moved out of the area, so what area are you originally from?
Oh, I was born in Galveston. I grew up in Alvin and Pearland, and I live in Friendswood now. My instructor, he moved out of the area.
Oh, okay.
He moved. He taught martial arts in the Pearland area for 25 years or so.
So did
And
you ever
then-
have, whenever you said fighting your mentor, was that him or like you got
That
to
was
spar
him.
him?
That was him.
How did that go?
It was really cool. The first time I ever sparred him directly, it was in a private lesson at his house. I knocked on the door. He said, "You ready?" I said, "Yeah." And our warm up was a 3-mile run. And then we got back, and he goes, "All right, you got about 5 minutes to drink some water and kind of cool your heart down." And I'm like, "All right, cool." And he goes, "Meet me in the backyard." And we fought on his back patio, barefoot in the summer, 100-degree heat. And one of the defining moments of my martial arts career, I was able to kick him in the chin just barely. Like it was just barely a tap. And my instructor, he's such an encouraging guy. He was just like, "Yes, that's awesome, great. You ready to keep going?" I'm feeling good. I'm like, "Yeah." And the next thing I know, I'm getting slammed up against the wall. I'm like, "Oh, that's not cool."
I feel like that's what you and I would do. Be like, I got you on the chin, and Gardy's like, "All right, let's do this."
Yeah.
And then I'm like backed up against the wall, and I'm like, "Oh, Gardy, please."
I do have to say, you mentioned first you started it out with like the 3-mile, warm
Yeah.
up.
And we
Right.
did that. We did that twice a week.
That's
for an entire summer.
For us, that's the workout.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3-mile run.
It's like the warm up. 3 miles is like, no, that's the
me,
workout. We're done.
me walking to the couch to sit down is the warm up.
yeah.
That's hilarious.
Sometimes it's like that.
It can be. Martial arts is a great workout, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess, okay, so I'm thinking in martial arts, whenever it comes to using it as a workout, staying in shape, and all of the benefits it has, like what is important? Is it flexibility? Is it conditioning? Is it strength? Is it a mixture of everything? And what kind of comes together that like is most important in martial arts?
So martial arts is a total body workout. It's a mind, body, spirit thing. I mean, like I was saying, you're going to learn how to stay focused. You're going to learn your confidence is going to get built up, and then of course your endurance. Like I said, I can do a 3-mile run, but then when I sit there and spar somebody for 5 minutes, I'm going. I mean, that's just a different kind of a cardio workout, and so I mean, you're going to get the endurance training. Flexibility is a huge part of it. Every martial arts class I teach, whether it's for kids or adults, we start out with stretching, and we spend 5-10 minutes. It doesn't sound like much, but we go hard with the stretching. I mean, our idea is to build flexibility in these people, because not only does it help with like kicking higher and things like that, but it activates those muscles, so it gets them ready to move. And then lots of resistance training. So like punching and the muscles. It's a really cool way to see how the muscles react to the exercise.
Wow.
So
Cool. So Curt is at least planning. At one point this year, he was planning on doing some boxing, and I was trying to tell him, I'm like, Curt, and you mentioned you spar with someone for 5 minutes, and you're sucking wind. Like even 2 minutes. I've boxed like with friends, like sparring, just playing around. You put on gloves and you're going, dude, a minute into it, and you're like, man, like I'm done. Are you done? Like I'm still going if you're good, but otherwise it's just like, man, it's tiring.
Oh yeah, it can be.
Hitting the bag, like when I train for this match, like hitting the bag is the worst.
Oh, I did that.
That's the whole point. Like, what do you think?
So sadly, it's a good thing, but it's a bad thing. I spend most of my time like dealing with martial arts. I spend most of my time teaching, so I don't really have time to train myself. So this past week during my adult class in Pearland, I was able to actually get some bag work in, and I just went like 2 minutes, and I was just exhausted. I'm like, man, I'm out of shape. But then I'm watching my students, and they're just like breezing through this, and I'm like, I got to challenge you guys more. I got to push you guys harder.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. It's really cool to see my students progressing where I used to, but it's also when I do it, I'm like, man, I'm making myself look bad.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. So right now it's 9:10. We got 40 seconds left. We're going to go on the FM as well. Keep it going. I know you were mentioning your adult class, but we have in 30 seconds we can answer, like, what ages do you train?
So most of my classes, they start at age 4.
Okay.
I've got a couple of classes that are geared for like preschool age kids, like 3 to 5. But most of my martial arts classes, they're age 4 to 12, and then I have one class that's for teenagers and adults.
Awesome.
So
okay, we got 15 seconds. Hey, if you're watching, feel free to share this video out. Let us know, what do you have going on today? Hey, do you have any martial arts training? Do you have any fitness routines going on? You know, it's the New Year's been going, and we're kind of into the point where it's like, hey, are the New Year's resolutions still going on? We'll see. Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
It's Friday. Happy Friday. It's an exciting day here at KHEA Radio. Yesterday, we went live from Butler's Courtyard. Our first time to go mobile. We got plans to do some other stuff as soon as next week.
I think we might be live from the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo next Friday.
From the cook-off.
They don't know it yet, but we do.
So you're just going to show up, and you're going to be on the other side of the gate, just like on a remote station.
That's the thing. Like, we're going to be right outside the gate, and we just like, okay, we got signal. All right, cool. And we just like stick our camera through, and then I'm going to like.
We're live at the rodeo.
Throw Curt over the fence, and we're going to take a piece of gear at a time, and maybe Crystal will buy a ticket, and she's going to be the one who gets us in. I don't know. We'll see.
We should do it. I support this.
Kurt's shocked. Why are you shocked right now?
Because she always says mean things to me.
And she supports an idea that we came up with.
Yes.
Well, I mean, if we go on March 3rd when Panic at the Disco is there, then yes, I support it.
Oh
100%.
my goodness!
If
That's
you're going
funny.
that day, I'll tag along too. I'm just saying.
Do an interview with them.
That's funny. So we have a special guest in studio. Right now it's 9:12. We have Anthony Tupper from Tupper Martial Arts in studio. Anthony, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing fantastic.
Thank you for joining us. And you brought a large Buc-ee's coffee, and we were talking about Buc-ee's because a lot of people are big fans.
Right.
Are you a big fan of Buc-ee's?
I am a big fan of Buc-ee's.
Is it the beaver statue outside?
Nah, for me it's just honestly it's just the huge selection they got in the store. But the
Yeah.
beaver statue is pretty cool.
It is. It is. That's one of the things I joked about, because you can go buy a barbecue pit, you can go buy a smoker, you can go buy a fryer to fry crawfish. There's a
You
huge
can buy crab
selection.
traps.
You can. I haven't seen that one.
My brother-in-law is a huge fisherman, and he's like, like in the back of his truck, there's like crab traps and stuff. Where'd you get those? Oh, I got them at Buc-ee's. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
That's cool. So shout out to Buc-ee's. Go check out KHEA Radio's Facebook page. That's a post that we made earlier sharing from, I believe it's the Texas Monthly website, where they did a featured article on Buc-ee's, which came from Lake Jackson, has kind of taken over Texas, and is looking to continue their domination into the whole world. So we'll see how that goes. But Anthony Tupper is here. You do a lot of martial arts training. You've been doing this for a while. Can you share a little bit about what you offer, the age groups, and where you're located?
So my martial arts program is a little different than most. Instead of, coming to one class for Taekwondo and then another class for Jiu-Jitsu and another class for like self-defense, I really try to put them all together. I try to, so all of the belt levels, white, yellow, green, blue, red, black belt, whatever, they all are going to work on some sort of kicks and punches or striking. They're going to work on some sort of self-defense techniques, and they get progressively, more intricate as we go along. And we have classes for ages 4 to 12 here in Galveston County at Gardy and Athletics. It's a tumbling gym. I've got a great program with them. It's over off Columbia Memorial Parkway.
That's right in League City, right?
So Columbia Memorial Parkway rides along the KHEA League City border.
Yeah.
So if you're on the side of Columbia Memorial where the gym is, you're in KHEA. But if you cross the street, you're in League City. It's one of those really cool kind of things. So it's in KHEA, and I've got a program there for kids ages 4 to 12, Mondays and Wednesdays at 6:45.
Okay.
So there's that program. I've got a program for adults in Pearland. And I have a kids class there too, but my program for adults is Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. and it's at a CrossFit gym called CrossFit Iron Sharpens Iron. And what's really cool about using both of those places is, at Gardy and Athletics, we get to use the tumbling floor, so we get really cool, we're able to do really cool jumping and rolling and stuff like that, and the kids don't get hurt.
Yeah.
And then at the CrossFit gym, especially for our adult program, they've got kettlebells, they've got, bars, they've got all sorts of fitness equipment that we can incorporate and use too. So
In martial arts, whenever I watch movies, whether it's like kung fu or karate, I'm not even sure sometimes the type of martial arts that they're doing, but one of the best parts is like the jumps, like the roundhouse and the kicks and all that. How important is that? Is that sometimes for show, or is it like, hey, it can be a routine, or it can be something that can be deadly or very used for self-protection?
Yes, that's the easy way to say it. Just yes. So I try to teach martial arts that will be effective, that will work. So my martial arts students, they're not going to look like Jackie Chan did in Rush Hour. They're not going to be sliding through casino cages and fighting like 16 guys at once using all these really crazy, awesome kung fu moves. They're going to be working on basic, practical things, especially at the beginning level. They're going to work on basic, practical things like using their words, being able to decide when is a good time to walk away from this situation before it becomes violent. But then they're also going to learn, okay, I can't walk away now. This guy is grabbing me. This guy is trying to hit me. What do I need to do to walk away from, or to get out of here without being damaged too badly? And so we do a lot of that. And then, of course, just like any other martial arts school, we do also incorporate some of the really cool, like tricking kind of kicks and punches and stuff like that. As I've gotten older, my back and my knees don't let me do them very much anymore, but my students are awesome at it, and I can coach them through it, and they do really well.
Yeah.
But the jumping and stuff like that, it looks really cool. It's great for movies. Not so great in a real situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever we were talking about like Jackie Chan and the movies and all the martial art movies, is there anyone that sticks out to you that's like, man, this is one of my favorites, or like, that's legit?
So my all-time favorite martial artist to look into, to research and all that stuff is Bruce Lee. I mean, and for obvious reasons. It's not just because he was an actor. He was only an actor the last 10 or so years of his life. But before that, he was an author. He was a philosopher. He was an amazing martial artist in his own right. And so it's really cool to study his life. And it's really cool to kind of see the philosophy that he took into Hollywood, and he broke a lot of like martial arts traditions by teaching the Western culture martial arts. And the fact that he was able to kind of stand up and say, hey, everybody needs to learn how to do this kind of stuff. It was really cool.
Was that kind of the philosophy that everybody that was different?
That was Bruce Lee's philosophy. Bruce Lee's philosophy was everybody should kind of learn how to do this stuff. It shouldn't just be reserved to China or Japan or Vietnam or the original martial arts countries. It shouldn't just be reserved to them. And at the time, the more old school martial artists,
they probably didn't like that. Huh?
Let's keep it here. The Western culture doesn't have the spirit to do this, and Bruce Lee basically proved them wrong. So because if you see how martial arts has kind of evolved in America over the last 50 or so years, it's pretty awesome to watch. So.
Yeah, that's cool. Curt, what do you think?
I'm really excited about he's got some bags over here. We're going to be doing some training later on in the show around probably 9:45.
Yeah.
I think even as soon as 9:30. I mean,
absolutely.
Why wait?
Right.
Maybe even as soon as 9:18. That's the time it is right now. I don't know. I say we get you in some training, and then see at 9:45 if you have gotten any better. Maybe we can get you to learn something today.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Potentially. Hey, I want to go back. Anthony, you talked about at the beginning of the show, maybe over the Facebook Live, maybe not on the FM yet, about why you started training for martial arts.
Why I started? Like I said, when I was in elementary school, I was skinny. My hair is much darker now, but I had carrot orange hair, so it was just an easy way for kids to pick on me. And I got bullied a lot,
right?
Really badly, mostly verbal, mostly the mental, emotional kind of bullying. But there were a few times it got physical, and after one of those times, my mom was just like, "You need to learn how to defend yourself. It has to happen." And so my cousin was actually in a martial arts class with a guy named Rick Short, and so through my aunt, we were able to get signed up for a martial arts class with that guy, and I trained with him for 15, 16 years.
So yesterday I saw a video. and it was posted on social media, and it was a bunch of kids who were gathered around this one student, and he, I guess, had like told on one of the kids that they had like a Juul cigarette or whatever at school, and they were like, "Oh, look at you," and making fun of him and basically bullying him, and then they like chased after him and like beat him up, and it was all recorded. And like, I don't understand like why kids think it's smart to record those kind of things, but that was the situation. And I was thinking, like, man, like, this is an opportunity for him to get, with you, and do some stuff like that, where maybe he is getting some training that can help defend himself.
Absolutely. And honestly, the first part of self-defense training is building yourself up. You've got to give yourself confidence. You've got to give yourself the idea that you can stand up to these bullies, these people that are acting like this, and you can do something about it. That's the first thing. So, and then once we get you to be confident, we'll start teaching you how to actually defend yourself and stuff like that too. It takes a little while to really get to where you're going to be able to actually prove yourself and stand up. But with the confidence alone, we're hoping that newfound energy you have, that alone will deter bullying.
Yeah.
So,
is it always physical? What other ways can people like diffuse situations, especially for kids? Are there other ways where they can, maybe not have it come to, throwing blows or doing anything like that?
So the way I see it in 3 steps. The first step is just walk away. If anybody's, especially if it's a verbal confrontation, I mean, the second you start, if you call me a name, if I call you a name back, that right there begins the conflict. That's what we call escalation, and we don't want it to escalate. We don't want it to get worse and worse and worse, because then tempers get hot and then people start trading punches.
Yeah.
We don't want that. So when somebody says something derogatory or insulting or something like that, I try to get my kids to understand, just walk away. And most of my students that are like 6, 7, 8 years old, they don't really understand that yet, but after, a little bit of training, they get it. And then step 2, maybe they're being grabbed. Maybe it's a constant bullying situation. Maybe it's a situation, it's not quite being punched or kicked in the head or anything like that, but it is something that needs to be addressed. And we try to teach our kids what we call peaceful conflict resolutions about that. And it's using your words. It's like, hey, leave me alone. Get out of here. I don't like this. Things like that. And then there's also other things. The last time I was here, it wasn't you. It was Solomon, right?
Solomon, yeah.
I showed Solomon how to do, like if somebody's grabbing you, I showed Solomon how to do something we could do without hitting them, but we make them let go. And we use a little bit of force. We make them let go of us, and we basically show them, you don't want to mess with me.
Yeah.
And the main thing I want my students to understand is a physical fight where you're actually having to punch and kick should always be the last option. And most of the time it works.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know if like the percentage of this, but I would say most people who are bullies do not have any kind of formal like martial arts training. They may. I could be wrong, but I feel like that's a big part. If they had good formal martial arts training, a lot of that would be don't bully. So whenever you have a little bit of training, like you're breaking away and they're like, whoa, what was that? They wouldn't know how to counter and react.
You would think. Now, again, kind of the downside of, we were talking about Bruce Lee and how his ideas were able to make martial arts kind of blow up over here. The downside of that is there's a martial arts place all over the country now.
Yeah.
I mean, so anybody can train in martial arts, and anybody who has some sort of martial arts training can teach martial arts, and that's okay. That's great. I encourage that. But some of those instructors out there might not be teaching the philosophy that came over from Asia. It's a last resort kind of thing.
The Cobra Kai style, right?
Yeah, so they're doing that kind of stuff. And so sometimes if a bully gets into the wrong kind of martial arts school, it could just make the bullying worse.
Yeah.
But again, we want to teach our students how to be able to handle themselves in any situation.
Yeah. Are you a big fan of the Karate Kid movies? Did you ever see those?
I love them.
Yeah.
I love them.
Karate Kid was the best. Like in terms of like movies, like Karate Kid is amazing. Like I love that movie from the 90s.
Absolutely.
The original was the best.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, then they came out with that Cobra Kai series. It was like a YouTube original, maybe.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I don't have YouTube Red, so I wasn't able to watch it.
Yeah.
But I've heard it was pretty okay. I've heard it was pretty good.
My brother-in-law, he actually loved it, the Cobra Kai,
Really?
and so he dressed up for Halloween. You know, here at the church in KHEA, we have like a fall harvest festival and and so the kids will dress up. So he dressed up his twin boys who are they're 1 year old right now.
Okay.
As Cobra Kai.
That's awesome.
like martial art students. It was
That's
kind of
awesome.
funny. You know, they had like headbands on and the whole thing, but some people and it's fun to watch, but I mean, he's not a bully and his kids aren't going to be bullies either. But that it's fun to watch, and those movies are cool.
So martial arts kind of, because of movies like Karate Kid, it made martial arts blow up in the country again, but it also kind of gave people the wrong idea about martial arts. It made a lot of people think that martial arts was just about fighting, and really we're the opposite. We try to, like I said, find a peaceful way to get out of a situation that could progress into a fight. But we also want to be prepared for the fight if it does happen. So that's what we do. Like I said, I've said it before, and I'll say it 100 times. It's a great mind, body, spirit workout. So
we got a letter sent to us from, I'm not sure, I'm not going to say the name, but there's a
Tiger Rock martial arts.
There's a tournament taking place like in March in Galveston. Where they're going to have, I guess, an invitational, or people show up and sign up and you're able to compete. Is competing anything that maybe you have done in the past in your own career, or is it something that your students have the opportunity to look into if they want?
So we don't affiliate with any competitions or anything like that. I'm not going to deny any of my students a chance to participate if they want to, and I'll coach them if they need it. But my business personally doesn't affiliate with any tournaments. But we do have kind of an in-house tournament. I work with a lot I worked with a lot of schools and daycares, and so once a year, we put together a huge tournament at Guardian Athletics in League City, and last year I say it's huge. It's not one of those 1,000-kid tournaments, Last year we had like 67 kids, and I teach 100, so I had 2/3 of my students there, essentially. And so it was really cool, and it's a great chance for the parents to kind of see what their kids are learning in class. It's a great chance for the kids to see what other belt levels and other students are doing. So it's a really good opportunity. I like tournaments. I like competitions. I really think it is healthy for martial arts, but it's just being a self-defense based martial arts school. We're not really about competing with other schools.
Yeah. Can you walk us through the belt? Like, how many levels of belts are there?
Depends on the martial arts school you go through. My martial arts school, there's only 6 colors of belt. You start out with a white belt. So day one, you come to class, you are a white belt. You learn, I have a set curriculum for each belt level. And you learn the curriculum. Once you are able to master it and do it all by yourself with no instruction, no help, we'll let you take a test. And when you take your test, you demonstrate everything you've learned. And at the end, kind of like the bonus question on a spelling test when you were in school, we let you try and break a board. And
cool.
I had a board in my car, and I should have brought it in for Kurt, but I didn't. Sorry,
Oh my
Kurt.
gosh, I should have broken
Sorry,
a board.
Kurt. Sorry, Kurt.
I'll find
That
one.
would be awesome.
Crystal,
So-
can we find a board? A whiteboard, doesn't matter. Any kind of, just like it says board, poster board.
So,
Go find us a board.
no, you don't have to do that, Crystal.
So our belt ranks are white, yellow, green, blue, red, and black in that order.
Okay.
And then after black belt, you can reach what's called degrees. So there's a 2nd degree black belt, a 3rd degree black belt, and then the last official rank that you'll get with us is a master level black belt, which is essentially a 4th degree.
Okay, cool. So I'm well, my question is, from that white to yellow, on average, let's say if it's for a kid and an adult, is it a different amount of time? And how long would it take a kid? How long would it take an adult to move that next level?
It's not just a kid to adult thing. It's a different amount of time for person to person. I've had one student, he got his yellow belt in a month, training twice a week, but he was at home practicing 5 days a week also. You know? And then I've had another student who took almost a year to get his yellow belt because he trained once a week, didn't practice at home. He, wasn't really into it. He's like, my mom signed me up for this. I don't want to be here. You know? And so it's all about, it's all about your attitude.
Right.
If you're committed to it, just like any other thing, just like weight loss. if you're really committed to weight loss, you're gonna lose weight faster than somebody who's just like, yeah, I'll try and eat a little healthier. You know, it's an attitude thing. So
Yeah.
but,
I'm looking over at Curt on.
Wait, there's no attitude here.
Sometimes.
I've got a friend of mine. He was one of my instructor's students. His name's Brent. He got his black belt in 10 months, but he trained up to 5 days a week with our instructor.
So wait, you tend from white belt?
From white belt to black belt. But I mean, this guy trained with our instructor in a lesson 5 days a week.
Wow.
So I mean and it was pretty impressive.
That's cool.
Because we've had Premier Martial Arts, and it's like
They're a great
20
program.
years or so. Like,
Well, no, they say on average, if there's a child that starts in the program, they said depending on, testing and everything, maybe about 5 years. If you stay on track, you come consistently.
Our average is 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
Our average from white to black is 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
So wait, in 3 to 5 years, that could be a black belt?
If you train hard.
I don't train hard, so that would be
Okay,
definitely.
let's go 5 to 7 years. I got my black belt in 5 years, but my mom was a tough mom. She was a single mother, worked 2 jobs a lot of the time when I was a kid, and if I didn't act right, if I had to get her to leave work because I was in trouble, I was in trouble.
Yeah.
So my mom was really tough, and if my grades weren't up to par, okay, you're gonna focus only on schoolwork. No sports, no karate, no whatever. I was in student council in high school. No student council. Schoolwork comes first.
Wow.
All right, cool. And then on my 16th birthday, I was about a month away from my black belt test. I blew my knee out doing a kick. And so I had to take off about 3 or 4 months to recover and rehabilitate. So it took me 5 years, pretty much exactly, to get my black belt. But I could have gotten it about a year or 2 earlier if I'd stayed focused in school and if I didn't get hurt.
Has that, your mom giving you that discipline and structure as a kid, how has that helped you in your business and just in life?
It's given me a lot. First of all, my mom raised me to be very independent. I try not to rely on, a whole lot of help. I try to do a lot of things. The downside of that is now I'm kind of a control freak, so things have to be done my way to an extent. But also, running the business, I try to think about a lot of the things that she did with me. And then also my instructor, like I said, I didn't have a dad. My instructor, Rick, he was kind of like a pseudo father for me. He anytime I needed manly advice, he was my go-to guy. Even now, I still call him. He lives up in College Station now. I still call him and like, hey, help me out with this. I had, not a major issue, but I had a small issue with a client a couple of weeks ago, and I called him and I was just like, hey, what would you do in this situation? You've been doing this a long time. Walk me through this situation. And it wasn't a bad situation or anything like that. It was just a minor thing, but it was,
So with you being placed in that role, as a mentor and as an instructor, have you been able to, sometimes have to play another father figure or just like to some of your students as well?
So my goal is to try to get to know all of my students. I teach 100 students. We were talking about Premier Martial Arts. They're a great program. Al Garza has been doing his business for a long time. He's a great guy. And he's got a lot of clients, a lot of students. And that's fantastic for him and what he wants to do. What I want to do is I want to get to know my students on a personal level. I want to know who my students are. I want to keep my students right around 100 and just get to know them. And I really feel like that helps me a lot more than,
I guess for you, because you had mentioned, and this is your words, you're like, made me kind of a control freak. And, you have to be, whenever your name's on it, your
Right.
name's on the shirt, Tupper Martial Arts Academy.
Right.
And you want to make sure, I guess, you have that level of training. So is it individually, you and a team, or you pretty much touch every kid and adult that comes in?
So every class on our schedule, I teach. Some of our bigger classes, some of our classes that need it, I have 2 assistant instructors right now that help me. They're awesome. And then I've got another one who's kind of training to teach. So she's kind of following us and doing what she. So it's kind of cool. But I teach 100% of the classes on our schedule.
So Kelly Campbell, good morning. She's watching right now. She said, ooh. Well, first she said she likes the graphics. Thank you. But she said martial arts, knee injuries unite. So Kelly, she trains at PMA. And she actually is the one who helped us with our stick fighting competition. Me and Kurt had like a little demo. But yeah, she did injure her knee and she'd been wearing, but I think she's back training again, like with the brace. And I think whenever you have that passion for something, it's hard to keep someone away from what they love to do.
It is.
And so as long as you get, that clearance and the medical supervision, like, oh yeah, I'll wear a brace, put me back on the mat.
Yeah. So is you have to still protect yourself. It's almost like a sport, right? Like martial arts, because the knee injuries?
Just like any other athletic activity, you're going to have a risk. I personally, I've blown out my knee. I've busted my nose, jammed fingers, broken toes,
So I should be prepared to be hurting later today.
Yes.
No. Oh, for what you're gonna do today? Nah, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
But just like any other athletic activity, there's gonna be some sort of risk.
Yes.
And my instructor, it was kind of cool. He used to have a saying, and this will tell you how old school we were when I was training. If you get hurt, it's your fault. Something happened. You didn't do something right. You didn't block right. You didn't use the proper technique. Something happened to get you hurt.
Maybe stretching,
lack of stretching,
yeah.
lack of stretching for sure. So now, especially in our kids' classes, it's a very controlled environment. We try to keep our kids as safe as possible. The biggest injury we ever have is usually like, he hit me in the face on accident, and for little kids, that's a major injury. For us, it's like, well, your nose is not bleeding. Your nose is still straight. Your eyeball didn't fall out of your head. So I think we're good.
Yeah.
But we do try to keep it, for the kids' classes especially, we try to keep it controlled. We try to keep it safe. And the kids, they love it.
So Natasha, she was actually in here before. She brought us some shirts from Chef's Table Charities and the Honor Network. Her daughter, I think they both train at PMA as well. And one of the daughters is going through an injury, and she just got through a knee injury, and then she had another one. So, yeah, she said it's like a rite of passage, talking about the knee injuries, and sometimes it is.
It is. Knee injuries are, ironically, they're the most frequent injury in martial arts, in some sort of variation. And it's just from the amount of kicking we do. It's from the amount of kicking we do, the amount of footwork we work on, especially when you're in a martial art like jiu-jitsu that has a lot of grappling and holds and locks and things like that. Your legs are going to bend ways that they're probably not originally designed to bend. So that's, again, flexibility is such an important thing. So
yeah, that's cool. With jiu-jitsu, it seems a lot of the people that have that background go into MMA. Mm-hmm. Are you a fan of watching MMA, or at least like training in that?
The fighting, yes. The attitudes, not so much.
It's different.
The trash talk and stuff like that. I'm just not a huge fan of that. But watching the fights themselves, I'm all for the fights.
Yeah.
I just, last year I think it was when, what's his name, the Irish guy,
McGregor.
Yeah, when he had that big blowout and was throwing things at the bus and stuff like that. I was just like, you're making martial arts look bad.
Yeah, and then it's like, well, is this scripted? But it's not. Like, why are they pressing charges? Like, what's going on?
But, just that whole situation was just, in my opinion, I was just like, you're making martial arts look bad.
Yeah.
The art itself should be an awesome experience for everybody who does it.
Mm-hmm.
And all the trash talk that happens and stuff like that, I can't get on board with that. That's not the martial arts way for me.
Well, I'm hoping after this summer, Kurt's amateur boxing debut, we're going to switch it up. He's going to have a professional boxing debut, and then we're switching to training him for MMA, where he'll be making his amateur MMA.
I could not do MMA. The one thing MMA, I could not get punched in the face.
I'm trying to break it to him that he's going to get punched in his amateur boxing debut straight in the face. If I'm boxing,
I have
Kurt,
a guard on. Yeah,
but it's on the side of your head.
You get used to it.
I do not, you don't touch the moneymaker.
Do you practice? I mean, like, would you have to practice taking blows in the face? Like, at least, like, okay, if like to back up, or like, I don't know. Is that something you do?
It's very much a mind over matter thing. Your mind just has to. When you spar, you have to go into it. I'm gonna get punched in the face. Once you just have that idea in your head, I'm gonna get punched in the face. It kind of. It takes some time.
No.
So listen.
See, but I'm fast. Like, no one's gonna. I'm just gonna go like this the whole time.
The S
punch me in the face now, buddy.
Is the S silent? You're fast. I think you had said that joke before.
Wow.
Hey, you know what
That
we need to do? I'm just messing you
So,
around.
Kurt,
I feel bullied, and I need to do some MMA right now. Let's go.
Well, it is time. What do you think? Should we
Let's
try and
do
get
it.
him?
Let's
Let's
do
get
it.
that mobile camera going, and I'm going to give that play-by-play. And this is maybe my calling. Play-by-play while Kurt is getting trained.
Do I need to take off like my shoes or anything?
I don't.
You take off whatever you want to take off.
Well, we
Just
should
gonna
be
leave it like
careful
that.
there.
Just remember, this is a family-friendly place.
Yeah, you should take off your headphones, and I think leave everything else on for now, and we'll see what happens.
All right.
All right,
good.
guys. So if you're listening on 99.5 FM, good morning. It's 9:40. This is Kickstart. We're going to be on till 11. We have Tupper Martial Arts Academy in studio. We have Mr. Anthony Tupper in here talking about all of the training they have available. There's in KEMA. There's locations in KEMA. You can also check them out in Pearland. You can get trained any age, whether you're young, whether you are an adult, whether you are 100 years old. I think they have a spot for you available.
Absolutely.
Check them out. Kurt right now is actually about to demonstrate
Let's see those boxing skills.
what's going on.
All
Let's
right.
let's see those
boxing
muscles.
skills.
Right here?
So, okay, we got Kurt. He's standing up, and we have the mobile cam going. Crystal's doing a great job, and there's some mitts. Looks like there's some mitts, and
Some little forearm pads here.
we got
Do I
some
need to
pads. So let's see what's up.
Do you want to stretch? You feeling stretchy?
You look stretchy already. So who thinks
do
Kurt's going to
yoga
do good?
Yoga is a great exercise. I love yoga.
Kelly Campbell said, Kurt, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face.
Yes, they do.
All right, walk me through what we're doing.
Okay,
All right.
so here we go.
So just put your hands up. Good
Kurt is about to get knocked out by a mat. That's what I feel like it.
So just a jab cross.
Is that bad? Okay, he's throwing punches.
There you go.
He should have took off his watches.
Oh, I should have taken off
Take
this.
off the ID.
Yeah, he should have took off the ID and the watch. Maybe we should leave the ID on so we can ID the body. It's like, okay,
There you go. Looking good. Looking good.
okay, he's done this before, but he's gonna be like, I've never even done this before. That's like his go-to. He does something that he's done multiple times.
You ever do a roundhouse kick?
Kick?
Okay,
There's no kicking
Crystal,
in
get up
boxing.
in there, Crystal. What do you think?
Martial arts, there's no.
We got this mobile cam, especially for this kick. He's gonna do these roundhouses. Come on, let's cheer Kurt on.
Kind of.
Okay.
So what you want to do?
Those skinny jeans are
I'm like, wait, I'm not kicking in the face.
they got a little bit more stretch than that, Kurt. Come on. So if you're listening on 99.5 FM, we got Anthony Tupper in studio. He is giving some demonstrations on training that they offer at Tupper Martial Arts Academy. You know, my son has been training at Premier Martial Arts with Grandmaster Garza, I think for almost 5 months now. And I have really enjoyed the structure. I've enjoyed the training and the discipline that he has been able to learn. You know, he has a lot of fun, and it's been a huge resource for my family. And so, you know, martial arts is definitely something that
Let's do it.
you should look at. You know, Anthony Tupper, he was sharing earlier how when he started, it was for bullying reasons. You know, getting bullied in school, you know, trying to stand up for yourself and just feeling like, hey, is this an option to where I can learn to self-defense?
Weird because this is
And I don't know, has Kurt been getting bullied? Maybe. Crystal, can you give me a nod? Do you think has Kurt been getting bullied and he needs no? She said no. So, you feeling winded?
like Gardy? I'm getting bullied.
He said I'm bullying Kurt. That is not true. That is false.
I like this leg. Yeah, I like
that leg?
No.
Okay, so
Martial arts is you got to be good with both legs.
you got to be good with both legs whenever you are training in martial arts.
Hurt this leg and you still have to kick with something.
He should have wore his yoga pants.
I'm running like this.
So Kurt's running away, but
Okay.
if y'all have any questions, please let us know. Natasha said, Crystal, be careful. Don't get too close to those karate kicks. Those are lethal weapons, only to be used
Open hand.
with a license. Kurt needs a license for those. Okay.
You're just gonna pop into it. Palm,
Boom.
just palm yourself
Boom.
like this.
You know, diffuse, break the wrist, and walk away.
So to roll
Break
yourself
the
into a
wrist and
situation,
walk away. Kurt. Hey, and Miles Delgado, Captain Miles is here in studio. He's right behind. You can see Crystal, and then on the other side of the window, you'll see Captain Miles. He has his beard going again. Del Agua Charters. You know, after Mr. Anthony Tupper and Tupper Martial Arts Academy is here, we're going to be talking about some fishing.
So how about this one?
So I saw my dad tune in, and I'm pretty sure he felt the fish. Look at the flexibility that Anthony Tupper has. Kurt, that's not bad. That's not bad. He just did yoga a couple days ago. Crystal gave me a look. Hey, I'm trying to be the good and be the positive. I'm not being I mean, it's better than I thought he could do. I guess maybe I could reword that. Boom. Kurt's knocking it out. Man, those Del Tigre samples are kicking that mid hard. So you are listening to 99.5 FM. Curt, he's been doing good. You know, he's on the floor, getting some rest. He's trying to be the good in the world, and right now he's trying to take a rest on our floor. KHEAradio.com, 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. We're going to be on till 11 a.m. It looks like he is waving out. Waving out. So I do have a question. How long does a normal training session last, and how long did Curt just train before he was like, no more?
Curt just trained for about, 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes?
If that.
Something like that?
Yeah.
And let's see, our normal martial arts classes are an hour long for adults.
Okay.
For adults, they're about an hour long. The first 5 to 10 minutes, we stretch. From minute 10 to minute 20, we do a little fitness, ab work, push-ups, squats, things like that. And then the last 40 or so minutes, we actually do our martial arts training.
Okay.
So it varies depending on the belt levels.
Okay.
But each class is scheduled for an hour. So
Cool.
And then our kids' classes are scheduled for about 50 minutes.
Yeah.
So 45, 50 minutes.
Is that a good attention span for them?
Sometimes the attention span runs out a little before the class does. But,
Yeah.
the kids do a great job.
That's cool.
So the kids are awesome. I've got a couple of kids right now. One's a red belt, and one is what we call a black stripe. So for the kids, we do stripes between belts, just to kind of help them break down the curriculum a little better for them. And I've got one that's a black stripe and one that's a red belt, and they train in different classes, but they're both working really hard. And it's really awesome to see how they've progressed from their first karate class as white belts to this point. It's really
cool.
The attention span is longer. They're able to stay focused. They're actually able to kind of help the other kids stay focused a little bit too. They're like, hey, since Anthony's talking, you guys stop.
Yeah.
They're able to do things like that. And it's really cool to kind of see how they've gone from not knowing anything about martial arts other than what they've seen on TV
Right.
to being almost like a junior instructor themselves.
That's cool.
So,
Have you had any kids that are almost like prodigies, and it's like you're just a natural?
quite
what's
a few.
going on?
I've had quite a few, actually. And I've got one of my students. He's a third-degree black belt. He's been training with me since he was 11 years old at an after-school program in Houston, up in the Montrose area. And he's, from day one, he was just all about it. He wanted to learn more about it. He wanted to study more about it. And he's really become a great martial artist. And now, 11 years later, he's almost a master-level martial artist.
That's cool.
In his own right.
So this is from Rosie Cruz. She said, when is your self-defense class for women? Is that something you do?
So I do self-defense classes for women. I have one scheduled at my Pearland location at CrossFit Iron Sharpens Iron on February 23rd from 12:30 to 2:30.
Okay. What
So-
day of the week is that?
It's a Saturday.
Saturday.
12:30 to 2:30 p.m. So it's not just for ladies. Anybody who wants to do it can do it. Ages are 14 and up for these self-defense classes. And then it's a 2-hour program. We're going to talk a lot about situational awareness, just paying attention to what's going on around you. There's been in the area, really all over the Houston area, crime is everywhere, and a lot of robberies, burglaries, muggings, things like that. And so the best thing we can do is just to pay attention to what's going on around us, to who's around us, and if somebody gets, a certain distance to us, we've got to be able to stand up for ourselves.
Yeah.
We got, hey, personal space here. You got to stay out of my space. We'll talk a lot about just basic body movement and footwork, and then, what to say to somebody who does get in your space, how to communicate to them and let them know, get out of here.
So you're
I
not
don't like
tongue-tied.
this.
Yeah, if something happens, you know exactly what you're going to say, so that way you can let them know I'm serious. Because you're just like, hey, leave me alone. How do you say it? The best way.
And just like in a bullying situation for the kids, if you tell the bully to leave me alone, are they really going to leave you alone?
Right.
No, but you have now let everybody around you know that you are not comfortable in this situation. So now you have witnesses.
Gardy, leave me alone.
Okay. I'm sorry, man. I didn't say anything.
It worked.
See?
Yeah. So for that class on the 23rd, the self-defense class is taking place. Are there any prerequisites? Can anybody of any skill level, whether, I have no training.
It's open to anybody.
So it'd be perfect for anybody.
Open to anybody, and this is not a regular martial arts class. This is a class to teach you how to stay safe, how to stay alert, how to, communicate in a bad situation, and how to stay calm in a dangerous situation as well.
What about for a family? So my family, I have if I was like, hey, Mom, you want to come? Grandma, you want to come? I want to come, and maybe bring my son. That's literally everybody.
We can do something. What's great about my programs are I'm customizable. So this class that's on the 23rd, it's geared towards older teenagers and adults.
Okay, cool.
But if you want, hey, my family wants to do some self-defense training. We're about to go on this vacation or this mission trip. We need to learn how to stay safe. I can say, hey, let me come to your house. Let me train you guys on Saturdays, and we'll do it that way.
That's awesome. That's a great resource for people because you never can be too safe. And instead of like waiting for something to happen, then you'd be like, oh, I wish I knew how to do this, or I should have been trained. You got to be look ahead and take those actions beforehand.
Absolutely.
So you're prepared.
And I've done trainings that were put on by police departments about certain situations, and I've done a lot of training on like what to do when you have an adrenaline rush, because when you have that adrenaline rush in your body does one of two things. It either prepares you to stand up and do whatever you need to do, or it makes you go want to hide in the corner and cry. So I've done some training. Kurt's about to get kicked in the leg or something.
He's trying to see if you're ready, like how close in the space he can get before he gets a chop.
But it's really cool to see like the non-martial arts training I've done on self-defense. It's really cool to see like it being taught and moved on and passed on too.
So here's another comment. Said real estate agents need it, and I could see that.
Absolutely.
You don't think about that.
Well, you go into neighborhoods that you're not familiar with, whether you're showing a house, meeting a client, and you're all over town, and it's like, hey, maybe I'm used to this area, maybe I'm not.
Absolutely.
You don't know who you're meeting. It could be a client, it could be all kinds of stuff. I mean,
so yeah, real estates. I feel like they need it a lot because they go. Especially when they go and show houses, they do it a lot by themselves. They're meeting these clients that they've probably never met or have only met a handful of times. And when you go to these houses, you don't know who they're going to bring to.
Right.
And so you just, that idea of situational awareness is really an amazing idea.
So can you define exactly what situational, like what goes into that? Like as far as, is it something specific, like I see the person, or is it an area thing? Like what goes into it?
It's a very broad thing, situational awareness. So like in this room, I know where the exits are. I know how many people are in this room. I know once I get out of this room, I know where to go. I know I'm paying attention to the small details. And
how many exits are there in this room?
In this room, 3. Ceiling.
You could go up there,
yeah, you could.
Bust out those ceiling tiles and just crawl through.
There you go.
How many people are in this room?
4.
No.
Unless there's somebody hiding in that pile of clothes over there.
There could be.
There could be.
We haven't looked in there in a while. There definitely could be. Yeah. No, that's cool as far as, the situational awareness, because if you hadn't heard that phrase, like, what does that mean? But those are things you don't think about unless you've been instructed and trained in.
Yeah. So let me give you an example. My wife and I, we travel quite a bit. Her family lives in Las Vegas, Nevada. So we travel out there. We try to go, at least once during the summer and then for Christmas. So whenever we're at the airports, I'm never really looking down. I'm always kind of like paying attention. Like I might be on my phone,
right?
But I know who's around me. I'm like, all right, who's leaving the suspicious packages where they're not supposed to? I'm paying attention to those kind of details. So about a month ago, we went out with my brother-in-law and his wife, and we had a good time. And people were dancing. It was great. We were out in KHEA at this place, and a fight almost broke out.
Yeah.
And my wife is not even facing where the fight almost broke out, but I am. So I just kind of like jumped up and stood between my wife and where the fight was happening. And my wife is just like, what are you doing? And I'm just like, you didn't see the fight almost break out? No. I'm like, situational awareness. Just pay attention to what's going on around you. Hey, that couple over there's been arguing at the bar for a really long time. Maybe we should pay attention to that and make sure it doesn't get too out of hand,
Another thing, and sometimes I've seen people like, well, I want to sit and I want to be able to see the door, or just like being able to see and be kind of aware of what's going on, not putting your back towards like everything. So those are different things.
Yeah.
You just don't think about.
I'm not really picky about where I sit in a restaurant,
Yeah.
But if I have a choice, I will like to, face the main entrance and stuff like that too.
Cool. So we're about out of time. Can you share one more time, maybe the date and the location of that self-defense class?
Absolutely.
Where you
Self-defense
instruct
class.
and how to get a hold of you.
So the self-defense class will be Saturday, February 23rd, 12:30 to 2:30 p.m. It'll be located at CrossFit Iron Sharpens Iron in Pearland. You can find out more information at the Tupper Martial Arts Academy Facebook page. And then my martial arts classes, I have 2 for children. One is at Gardy and Athletics in KHEA. And that class is on Mondays and Wednesdays at 6:45. And then I have another one at the CrossFit gym in Pearland, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7. And then my adult class, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. at the CrossFit gym in Pearland.
That's TupperMartialArts.com. You can give them a call, 281-433-2807. And go check out some self-defense. On the 23rd, you can also get martial arts training for all ages. And Anthony, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me.
You're awesome. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk to our great friend, Captain Miles Delgado. It's been so long. He's getting a new boat, a bigger boat, and I'm ready to go out.
The beard is back, too.
The beard is back, baby. It's been a while. He shaved it, and I was like, oh, Miles, is that you? That was you? But now he's here, and he has a nice beard, and I'm glad I shaved mine because that's way better than what I can grow.
So Crystal's mad at me because I made her go talk to him.
Why?
Uh-oh.
Well, there's that. So this is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. All right, guys.
All right.
Thank you, Anthony.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I didn't kill you, did I?
All
No,
right.
you did good. Thank you.
All right.
We'll see you soon.
I'll see you guys soon. I got a class to go to.
Let us know if there's anything that we can do to help out whenever we can, okay?
Absolutely, man. Thanks.
Appreciate you.
Thanks, Anthony.
Bye, guys.
Yo. Okay, so anyways, it's 9:56. We got Crystal in studio. I have Curt in studio, and we're about to have Captain Miles. I'm eyeballing him down, and he has this Del Agua Charter shirt on.
Is he ready?
It looks good. And look, he brought extras, and that one has my name on it. Okay, you know what? I appreciate that. Is there 3 Gardy shirts? Gardy and Curt, I like that. That's what's up.
Dude, this is sick. I'm dancing in front of the camera. I forgot there was a camera there.
Yeah. What's up, Miles?
Dude,
it's-
I'm so pumped for this.
It's been a long time. Hey, and I see you coming in with the large Bucky's coffee, and I don't blame you.
Is Bucky's where it's at today?
Yes.
Dude.
Every morning.
Oh my
That's
gosh,
what's
I'm going
up.
to wear a 3rd t-shirt today. I'm going to put it on. This
Hey,
is
thank
sick.
you. Thank you. Yeah, you can
Hey, and it's
lift
just
that up a
medium.
little bit if you want to.
Okay. Yeah.
Dude, what's been going on, man? It's been so long.
Yeah.
Dude, you've been busy.
Well, yeah. October we had a senior captain have a pretty dramatic motorcycle accident.
Oh, no.
And it was very serious. And as soon as that happened, you know, as you guys know at my job, you know, I'm you know, trying to be a captain for work. And you know, when this spot opened up, my senior captain, or who we call technically through C terms, every once in a while, moving up from the deck to the wheelhouse, you end up finding somebody who like kind of takes you under their wing, and they become what's known as your C daddy. So
Okay.
I finally found one, and I got one. And so he taught me everything. He crammed a lifetime of knowledge in my head in like, I don't know, maybe 2 months. And so then this opportunity just happened to arise, and he was like, all right, here you go, Miles. Good luck. I know it's winter storm season, and there's fog, and there's this and that, but you're going to do fine. Don't worry about it. You know,
So these shirts, first of all, thank
Yeah,
you so much.
absolutely.
These are awesome.
These are sick.
thank you.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Can I put like junior? Like if I even just like wrote it in there, put like junior captain, Gardy, and then
Go ahead.
and then on Kurt's we can put like, you know, like parrot
Deckhand.
or like
Deckhand.
squawker.
Yeah.
Quack. I know he's just like the little parrot on my
Pirate
shoulder, Kurt.
Casper.
No, I like the parrot. You know, just
What's wrong with Pirate Casper?
maybe we just put like a bird emoji and they'll just know. It's like, you know, you got the captain. I'm maybe the junior
Swabby.
captain, and then we got our little parrot that's
Deckhand.
there
I
just
like
like
Deckhand.
talking nonsense, and I'm just like, be quiet, parrot,
So-
get out of here.
Deckhand is great because I can feel like I'm sweeping the deck.
mopping the floors.
Like, why do they mop and sweep the deck? I mean, they're out in the ocean. Like, the ocean just cleans it
Now
for you.
that I'm captain, because I want it clean.
Yeah.
that's
But it's gonna
that's
get
all it
clean.
boils to.
It's gonna get cleaned by the ocean.
It's giving you a
And
job. It's giving you a job, Kurt.
Yeah.
Oh,
So just be
yeah.
happy.
Busy work is happy work.
I can't do like all of these shirts right
What
now.
if-
Like I feel like I'm busting out of this shirt.
What if your peanuts fall on the floor? Like, as the bird, you're just eating like nuts and peanuts and worms and stuff, and it falls on the floor. You want to have it clean so you can pick it up and eat it.
I can't even move my torso right now.
You look
There's so
good though,
many
man. You look,
shirts.
look
He has
like
on
you-
3 shirts. He has a KHEA shirt on.
I have a KHEA shirt on the first. Someone brought us in Chef's Table's charity shirts.
Yes.
And now I'm rocking the Del Agua shirts. I feel like I should just like put on as many shirts as possible today.
Just keep
Can we
getting
just
them.
load up
Yeah.
as many over there as we
You
can?
can't see it, but you can kind of see it in the corner from this wide angle shot. We have probably like 20 shirts from a bunch of amazing places that we've been giving away. Dude, Miles,
Yes.
we've been busy. I don't know if we've been as busy as you, but a lot has changed. The main thing that has changed is you're sitting on this side. Are you feeling comfortable in this chair?
Yeah. Yeah. Good to see.
Do you know where the camera is?
Yeah. That little
That
fella
one
over there.
But where else?
Oh.
Yours is right in front of you.
Boom.
Oh. Wow.
Kept that sneaky little
Nice.
camera right there. Hey, what is it about Buc-ee's that makes it so good? Like, I knew you could stop for coffee anywhere in the world, but why is it Buc-ee's?
Oh. Honestly, this one, for me, it's the gas. The
Yeah.
gas is so low, man. It's, on my boat, like the, my personal boat that you guys went out on, which, by the way, I just picked her up yesterday. Brand new 2019 motor on the back. She's ready to rock and roll for the summer.
Woo.
Wait, what boat are they talking about? We haven't been on a boat.
You've been on mine.
No, we haven't.
So this is Crystal, and her dad, Mr. Narvez, has
I
been
knew
saying.
you looked familiar. I'm sorry. I don't mean to blow up.
This is Crystal Narvez, yeah. So her dad,
The Stokes and the coffee ain't kicked in yet.
Mr. Narvez, he's like, hey, I want to go out on Miles's boat. We need to go fishing, and I don't know what we got to do to make it happen. But he said he's going to be. He said we need to go fishing pretty much. So
Well, I mean, so far all we're really waiting on is right now we got sea fog, severe thunderstorms that kind of just pop up wherever they want. The conditions are so unpredictable that we really can't guarantee trips. And you know how I like to do things, guys. I don't want to put anybody in danger, and especially with the motor being so new and we're doing sea trials. I'd say I think Del Agua is going to be running full time in March. And as far as the 42-foot Freeman goes for Pelagic Passion, well, that's running right now as we speak. Actually, that boat, I think it left yesterday afternoon, and it should be back Saturday morning.
42 feet. That's a giant boat, right?
Yep.
How big is the one that we were on?
21.
21. So it's like double the size.
That's cool.
Literally. And so that boat, just so you guys know, will not leave the dock for anything less than 32-hour trips. You need to expect to be gone for 2 days. We will spend the night offshore. Of course.
How do you sleep offshore?
Oh, you got a bean bag, man. Just get a big old bean bag, just throw it in
Come
the
on,
back
Kurt.
deck of the boat.
The
and
bean
curl
bag,
up
you know
and-
this.
Are we gonna have like s'mores and stuff, like a campfire?
I don't know about s'mores, but as y'all catch the tuna, I'll take them out, start kind of flaying the back straps off of them, and then putting them on the grill and make fresh tuna ahi steaks or whatever y'all want.
I
Or
want to
we'll-
sleep under the stars and eat some s'mores and tell
You're not
campfire
gonna be able to.
stories.
You're not gonna be able to sleep. I guarantee.
Is it due
you
to
that.
due to the water, due to the excitement, due
No,
to what?
due to the fact that you ain't gonna be able to put that rod down. There's gonna be something on it.
Biting all the
every
time?
Single minute.
I'll just have Kurt's. I'll just have 2, one under each arm, and then like one in between my legs. Actually, like 3 right there. And like whenever
Well-
one bites, I'm just like reeling.
Yeah. And
So
that's-
this is a trip that somebody who's like interested in learning how to fish for the first time shouldn't do. Like they should take like a jetty.
No,
first.
I mean if you really want to do it, I mean, hey, I've had some people that are like, look, man, I don't know anything about fishing. I don't know the first thing about fishing, but what I do know is I just want to get out there and.
I'm just showing you the stream
Okay,
just
I'm
because we
sorry.
haven't yet. I'm just like, that's what we're doing. I'm sorry to interrupt your story,
You're
but
good.
it's just kind of neat, huh?
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's
Yeah, so anybody can go because they have professionals there to
Yeah.
help them set them up and get them in
Yep,
an
yep.
area to catch
same
some
setup
food.
like on my boat. You got a captain, you got a deckhand, or like the way we took it with me and my father.
Yeah.
You got 2 experienced guys. Somebody's going to be working with you the entire time, helping you, coaching you behind you. And, when it comes to this offshore stuff, mostly we're there so that way we could kind of hold on to your belt loops or something so that way you don't
Yeah.
fall over. You're fighting. And that's the thing with Pelagic Passion. We'll be basically the trips are going to always range in price.
Is that the name of the boat, by the way?
No,
Bougie
the
Pod?
name of the
trip?
boat is Twisted Sisters.
Okay.
My close friend and business partner in this, he has 4 daughters. So growing up in a house full of young women, and they always were putting them under some kind of stress, and so he's all like, this boat is no different. It's going to stress me out. It's going to push me to the edge.
Let's
so.
go.
I love that name, Twisted Sisters.
Mr.
That sounds like a good radio show name.
Well, you guys, y'all have your trips. I have y'all booked already. So we can do this one of 2 ways. Y'all can wait till snapper season, or we can go out there early and start looking for wahoo and tuna and swordfish and
I'm
stuff
down,
like that.
man. I'm so down for this.
Gardy.
I'm down too. I'm going to get so seasick, but I don't even care. I'm just going to be thrown all 32 hours, but let's go. I mean, how many times you can get the opportunity to go do s'mores with Curt under the stars?
Oh, believe me.
Sleeping on a beanbag,
How many times would you actually want to do that?
One.
That's
And then
what everybody says.
And then I'm like rolling Curt off the boat. I'm like, Curt,
Yeah,
just
no,
go down there. Go down there.
I still love the fact that you got us these shirts.
Absolutely.
I think this is the first shirt that I've ever had that had my name on it.
So just so you guys know, that came from this woman that my family met over there at the Aggie Moms, because my little brothers are students at Galveston A&M.
Yeah.
And her name's Brittany, and she has an Instagram called I got introduced to her, and she got all excited, and then she was all like, well, you got to add me on Instagram. I said, ma'am, I really don't have Instagram. I apologize. But
Yeah.
her Instagram is Make It For Me Mama, because out of all her kids, they always just, Mom, here's this project. Here, it's your project now. But
Yeah.
good luck. So Make It For Me Mama is Brittany's Instagram.
Sometimes it's like that, though. I wonder. So my son had a project for Black History Month, and he's 6, and I'm like, okay, who's this project really for? Am I learning about this, or is he learning about it? Is both of us? Because it's more. It's like, well, make a poster board, do this, go do that, go buy all this stuff, and so we did it, and it's just like my wife,
Oh, yeah.
who's watching as well, but just it's like a project for the parents as well. Make it for me as well.
Back in the day when we had like science fair and whatnot, man, I remember I remember my little brothers like, Dad, it's science fair. So my dad made this big old box, put all these light bulbs in it, and was showing the current and electricity and
that's cool.
and all this thing with switches. And he took it to school, and the teacher flat out told him, "Was like, dude, there's no way you made this. You're like in the 3rd grade. I don't even think you handed him a tool."
Yeah.
And I mean, they gave him a passing grade, but technically they couldn't pass him on to the next stage. I was like, man, that's, come on.
It was too
too
good.
much. Yeah, it was too good.
It's like an electrical engineer clearly made this. It's that's funny.
But,
Hey, we got 8 seconds. You want to go on the FM real quick so we can keep this going?
yeah.
Here we go. Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
It is Friday morning. Happy Friday to you. It's 10:07. We had a great time with Anthony Tupper from Tupper Martial Arts Academy, learning about, staying in shape, learning about self-defense, learning about training to get that black belt focus. And Curt, he hit the pads. I think you did good. You were kicking the pads. You saw him, Miles.
Did I do good?
Yeah.
Did it look good?
Yeah, your form is shaping
looked-
up.
it
getting there.
looked-
Yeah,
it-
you're doing good.
Miles, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm excellent, man. I'm glad to be here. Glad to finally be back.
I know it's been a while. Tell everybody the name of your charter business.
Okay, so I'm here with Delagua Charters, and now Delagua Charters is going to add on a new part of our chapter with Pelagic Passion, and so now everyone who visits Delagua Charters, you can book through giving us an email. We could mark you down, and you can go either on a bay trip, or you can come out with us for a 32-hour safari that'll range anything from yellowfin tuna fishing, blackfin tuna fishing, swordfish, wahoo, pretty much anything else out there that swims. We'll get you on it. And those trips are 32 hours. They are only 32 hours. They could be a little bit more depending on how far and to the extreme you want to go. These trips are going to be for any kind of angler, whether you're new or you're seasoned vet at this. We aim to please, and we aim to get you out there and just put you on some real fish.
I'm so excited for this.
I am too, and I see Joe Perez and Mark Kovich, just tuned in, and I feel like if we're going,
32 hours.
Hey,
those guys have to be with
are
us.
the boys down? The boys down to go on that 32-hour fishing trip? Think about the video that we could get, Joe. Think about the possibility. So we're with Delagua Charters talking about a 32-hour fishing trip. Share a little bit about the boat.
Oh, so the 42-foot Freeman, it's the only 42-foot Freeman here in Galveston right now. Her name is the Twisted Sisters. She is absolutely gorgeous. She is only rigged just for fishing. She is not a pleasure boat. Ooh. She is not anything you go for like a weekend cruise. This thing is built aggressive. It's built big. It's built mean, and it is ready to go. Absolutely crush some fish.
It could be some people's pleasures. Like I don't have this, like the traditional pleasures, and you see like catching the tuna, and that's fun, right?
Yeah. I mean, guys, I went on one tuna trip last year.
Yeah.
And it was so eye-opening to the actual raw power of what is swimming in the sea. I thought black-tip sharks and big old bull sharks and, big 40-pound kingfish. I thought that was the life, man.
Yeah.
Was just catching stuff like that. And then some little 20-pound, yellowfin hit my line. And a 20-pound yellowfin, it's not big. It's literally, about that long. It's nothing. And it absolutely whooped me. I could not get any line back. I was getting bowed over, and I was using my spin cast setup. And, of course, I went out and bought everything that everyone on YouTube and everyone, their mama who does it in Florida says, this is the best, this is the best, this is the best. Well, the best still didn't help. I had blisters. My back hurt. I was like, good, man, this is absolutely nuts. But
that's how I felt when I caught my redfish.
That redfish.
Like the 26-incher?
That's
it was
actually
27,
bait.
right?
No, I'm not kidding. That's bait.
So
bait for what we're catching?
Yeah.
Hey, is it a workout to be able to do that? Like, is that something where, hey, you may need to start working on your shoulder?
Hurt.
Not you. I'm talking about when you go catch the real fish, Kurt. Not you.
Yes, I actually. We try to take everything we can. We're not gonna absolutely break your backs doing this, but at the same time. One thing that we like saying when it comes to Pelagic Passion is we're going to inflict some pain on you. We're going to make sure you remember this trip. And we aim to do that with some of the biggest and most fish you've ever put across the deck. So
we went on a jetty trip with you.
Yes. And that actually brings me to next point. The boat is back. I just got her repowered. She has a 2019 200 horsepower Suzuki. She's faster. She's going to be a little bit... We're going to be able to have more range, essentially. And so what's coming up soon, as soon as the water at 70 degrees, is I think you guys need to come out for cobia season.
Sounds good to me.
Oh, yeah.
So it's fast enough now that Gardy will not fall asleep in the back of the boat.
I'm still falling asleep, baby. I'm still going.
It's going to be more comfortable
Woo,
now.
like
so,
that.
yeah.
Hey.
I was thinking about buying those beanbag chairs. I was telling you that's like on the Freeman. That way I could just put one in the bow and let y'all two just relax.
Oh, yeah.
Be able to hang out.
Hey, I had an amazing time. First of all, we caught a ton of fish when we went with Del Agua
like
Charters.
27 fish that day.
And we weren't even, we were out there.
We weren't even trying, really.
No, we
Well, it was so easy. Literally, here's how it went when we went with Del Agua Charters. We went to one spot, then we went to another spot. Whenever we got to that second spot, every time that we found a honey hole, I don't even know if that's the appropriate term, but in my opinion, it was.
Yep.
We threw it out. It hit the water. Either your bait's getting stolen or there's a fish on it. And so you and your dad, as the captains of the boat on the Del Agua Charter, hooked the bait for us, pretty much casted it if we wanted it to. All we did was like hand it to us, Kurt reel it in, and even that was kind of hard to do sometimes because the fish were so big.
Oh, man. And then there was that time where, what was it, like 3 of y'all all hooked up, and then the lines got tangled with, I think, who was it, the other 2 guys that were with us, and I had to pull out my pocket knife, and I was like, okay, this one's here, and I was cutting lines, and we were getting nuts, and... Oh, man.
But y'all took care of it for us.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, and I remember on the video, like we were, Pastor Josh kissing the fish, Kurt fighting the big old, speckled or trout. What did you get? A
redfish.
He got a
redfish. That's right.
Yeah.
27 inches, right?
Yep. You
It
had...
was 26 and like 9/8 or something
Here he
like
goes.
that.
We're close enough to 27. We'll
Call
just
it,
round
call
up.
it 27. Yeah, round it up.
Next show, it'll be 38. The show after that will be 52.
If it's 38, then they're going to show up and arrest me, so let's not do that.
No, you have a tag. You had a tag.
Crystal.
You had one on your license.
So you like fishing, right? Have you been fishing lately?
I haven't been lately, but I mean, I grew up fishing. I caught a 30-pound catfish when I was 3. So
That's cool.
I've kind of been in the game for a while.
All right.
So
all right.
Crystal, I think just like winked at her dad and said, "Hey, I want to go." Wink.
I
like
did
take
not say I want to go. I said yellowfin tuna is my favorite tuna, Dad. Hint, hint. As in, go get me some yellowfin
Like
tuna.
go catch it or go buy it?
Oh,
Catch,
okay.
buy, I don't care.
I
Doesn't
thought
matter.
you were like hinting that you wanted to go on this trip.
Why would I want to do something when I can get someone else to do it for me?
Because
it's the pride
fun.
of that you caught it.
Yeah.
That's the best part, I think.
Would you be open to going on a chartered trip with Del Agua?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if y'all go too.
That's cool. No, just you by yourself. Yeah. So, okay, my wife commented and said, too bad I gave my wide brim hat away in Hawaii. You could have worn it, Gardy. Yeah, so me and my wife, we went to Hawaii last year, and we went on a charter, a different one, because Del Agua has not moved to Hawaii yet. If we did, I would have went with Del Agua 100% because I had the best time of my life on the Del Agua charter. We went with another charter. I won't say the name because I don't remember, but it was the worst trip of my life. I got seasick instantly, and we trolled the water the entire time for about 4 hours. We caught nothing, and I got seasick. We never stopped moving. They didn't explain the process. Like, we're going to troll the water, and just as soon as we went out there, it was bad, and I caught no fish. My wife bought this hat, and I said, I don't even want to remember. Just throw this hat away, give it away to somebody. You know,
did you throw it in the ocean and so like almost like the Titanic?
So we could pollute? No, we gave it away to like another tourist. There was obviously a tourist and like, here's a hat. Do you want it? And they're like, yeah.
With us, we do trolling on some occasions. Even in my boat, we'll do trolling, especially in the summer months. You know, we go out there 30, 40 miles, even a little bit further than that, and out there you find weed lines. You know, all the seaweed that you see wash up on Galveston, while it's out there at sea undisturbed, it'll collect and it'll form like sometimes up to a 5-mile line of just a seaweed mass that is 5 miles long and about a mile wide. I mean, it's just an absolute floating landmass of biolife. So when in that sense, we will set up some lines. We'll drag, across that weed line, and what we're looking for is going to be stuff like kingfish, mostly mahi. Mahi is one of the best.
Mahi.
Yeah. Fish is so fun and tastes so good, you got to say the name twice.
Yeah. So on your chartering trips, even whenever y'all go out of the 32, is everything caught go to the people that caught it, or is it split up?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, it's up to you. Once the fillet knives come out and you start seeing how much meat you're actually taking home, I'm sure there's going to be instances where people are like, this is a little
sharing
much.
It.
Yeah.
We ate for days that fish.
Oh, we did. Yeah.
Like we had a big cook. We invited everyone and their mother over.
Yep.
Had some for Luis too because he couldn't make it that day. You know what? Because that's the other issue that I had, which they did tell us this part before we went on that charter over there in Hawaii. They said, well, a portion of the fish we're going to keep because we're going to sell. If it's like a big fish, they're keeping it because they're taking it to market. And it's like, okay, we paid you how much, per person to come on here. And I guess I understand. It's like, well, we have to still make money too. It's like, well, we caught nothing. We caught nothing. How can you take nothing from nothing? But if we did catch a fish, we'd probably keep it.
Well, and now that I have all the viewers and you guys, what's gonna be special about the Pelagic Passion is, yes, we are a Galveston-based company. Yes, we are. Our home turf is here, but in the month of October and November, from October to November, we're going to be moving the operation up north. So everyone who sees the show Wicked Tuna, you will be able to book your familiar home-based family Del Agua guys and come up north with us, and we'll go put you on a bluefin tuna. And the reason I bring that up is because that's how that kind of charter works.
Okay.
So yes, you pay us to go out there and catch your dream fish, because I mean, who wouldn't want to say they caught some 500-pound giant tuna? But the way this is going to roll out is whatever we are able to sell the tuna, because that's what that's how you make a lot of fishermen up there make their lifestyle and they're living on it. This is fishing. We can't guarantee a fish, but as far as that's concerned, once we catch, the bluefin, a portion of that sale will go back to you, not so much in food, but you'll get it in,
cool.
monetary. So yeah,
that's awesome.
See, that makes sense.
That's
I can get behind that.
That's how that'll break down. So anyone listening, more to come on the Pelagic Passion life story. We're going to be building that up. But
you know what you should do? And so that way you can guarantee like a fish being caught. You just keep like some tuna just in case, and they're like already hooked up. And then it's just like, okay, you don't catch anything.
Did you do that to us?
No.
And
Did I really catch that red?
And then you have some lines,
anymore.
the lines down there on the other side of the boat, and it's like, all right, guys. And then you like drop it in, then you bring it around, and here's one for you. This is yours. We cast it out and everything. It's like, There's something on there. There's something on there. You wheel it in, and it's like the trophy fish, and it's like, all right, now we're gonna keep a portion of that, and we'll give you.
Yeah.
You know,
Here's a few dollars.
here's your guarantee. You know, it's like
buy you out of your contract.
guarantee
basically.
done. Yeah.
No, but
Wow.
So, yes, the best thing I think so far is now we have the best of both worlds with Delagua. We
Right.
have the boat. If you want to go spend a couple, even 2 nights out there, we're currently in the process. I don't know how this is going to work out with the weather and everything, but we want to take a safari and an adventure trip to a whole nother level. And I would love it if you guys
Wait,
came on this
safari
trip.
as in like Africa?
No. That's what these are called. They're called safari fishing trips. Give me a second. There's something called the Bigfoot out there, and the Bigfoot is a rig that is one of the furthest outmost rigs.
Oh.
It's 222 miles from Galveston, and when you're fishing in 10,000 foot of water, who knows what you're gonna catch? So
You may catch literal Bigfoot.
yeah.
And
The
that's why they
Bigfoot
haven't
fish,
found him,
yep.
because he's been in the water the whole time. He's
So-
land and sea.
But
Kind of like the Goofy movie. Don't they catch Bigfoot?
Did you ever see that movie?
no.
Goofy movie? You need to watch it.
How have you
missed
not
out.
seen the Goofy movie?
Guys, I didn't grow up with Disney. I grew up fishing
Fishing.
and throwing rocks at my friends, and that's what we did. We
So
were always
mad.
outside. I was like a kid in the 80s. It was great. If you didn't have a bike, you were like uncool.
Yeah.
You had to ride on the pegs of the other guy.
I had a Huffy.
We want to do that.
Got it at Walmart. Real nice. Yeah. So what does fishing mean to you? Obviously means a lot. What does the water mean to you?
Besides fishing charters, man, I got introduced to fishing when I was about 2 or 3 years old, maybe even younger. But I got pictures on the boat of me, barely able to have my first words and a few teeth in my mouth, already holding the fish with my grandpa and my dad. They gave me not only a hobby and something to look forward to on the weekend, but as you guys know now, I'm a captain for Galveston, Texas City Pilots. I drive the pilot boat Galveston. That is my boat. I operate with my crew member, and
It's a big boat.
at 75 foot, 100 tons. She's a big V-hull, deep V. I was out there a couple nights ago in 4.5, 5 foot swell, and it was just, she handles like a breeze, and there's no other feeling in the world than, like you guys were saying, spending the night under the stars. And I'm blessed to be out there. I can't thank my dad enough. And so for me, the ocean is literally my life. If I don't have that, I'm not at work, or I'm not fishing, and quite frankly, I ain't happy. So, I got to be at the water at some point.
That's cool. Hey, my dad, I'm not sure if he's still watching, but he's a big fisherman as well. I remember growing up, and he still fishes, but I always have to come over whenever it's time for the fish fry. I got to come over after he's gone, and we had a lot of fun when we went, and my dad was able to go.
Yep.
And we took Luis with us. We actually gave away, a spot on that jetty trip. It was a blast.
Yeah, that was probably my my biggest memory of KHEA radio. I was gonna say funnest, but funnest isn't a word.
That's how fun it was. We're making new words.
And we're making new words. It was a lot of fun.
It's the most funnest fun I've ever had while having fun. It's a good time. It's 10:22. This is KHEA Radio.com, 99.5 FM. Curt really wants to show this video, so we're gonna take a break from the FM, so that way we can share with you guys the trip that we had with Delagua Charters. It's Kickstart.
Today, man.
Like, Curt.
All right.
Another Gatorade.
It's like, oh, I caught one bigger than you.
See you later, bud. Go take your cousin. I'm not kissing that.
Drink slow, fish. Cast.
Oh, that's pretty. A little bit too close to the rocks. Let me get it back off.
I'm ready to put my phone away because I feel like I'm about to just throw it in the water. Just like one of those things like, whoops, just happened.
It's just an exhilarating feeling, man.
I feel more at home on the water than I do on the freeway.
This is what it's all about. Fish on, baby.
Fish number 3. Trout, black drum, redfish.
That might be money right there.
Give me some slack.
Right there is where it's at.
Feels good. Feels good to catch one.
Another one for the box.
Sorry, we just had a bite. that tends to happen on our charters.
Brought to you by Bang.
Yeah.
What's up, folks? That was a look at Del Agua Charters, and here's my Peach Mango Bang and my City of Lamar koozie. Shout out to City of Lamar. Shout out to Bang. Give me a call. And that was a look at Del Agua Charters. If you have any questions, you can ask the man yourself. He's here right now. Yep. We got Captain Miles in studio. What's up, Miles?
Oh, man. Just enjoying life. Fixing to pull up the weather report because a couple of my friends, they were telling me we're looking at getting out for the weekend already. You know, going to go stretch the legs on the new boat and, you know, see what we can find, see what trouble we can get into.
What does the weather look like? Can we get an official Miles Delgado weather report? I
Sure.
missed these. We haven't done this in a while.
Yeah.
The water.
Yep. I'm pulling up just for all you fishing weekend warriors. We're out there. I personally like using the Saltwater Recon and also Swell Info. Between those two websites on your phone, you can pretty much get a good idea of what you're going to be getting yourself into.
Sweet.
But so Saturday at 4 a.m., we're looking at a west-southwest wind at 9 miles an hour with an average swell height coming out of the south at about 3 foot. So 3 foot at 5 seconds, that's a pretty okay duration between how high the swells are going to be from wave height to wave, to the top wave height to the next top wave height. But it's still going to be a little choppy. And then Sunday, as far as Sunday's concerned, is going to be flat with a south-southwest swell at 1.4 at 5 seconds. That is calm. The water's predicted to be clean, and there's going to be a north-northeast wind at about 2 miles an hour. So I guess if anyone wants to go out, Sunday may be a little wet with some rain, but sometimes you got to push the envelope. Sometimes if you want to get out there, just bring a raincoat and you're good.
I knew everything that you were talking about there.
Absolutely.
So is tomorrow
Curt,
choppy?
Yes.
It's choppy tomorrow because you were saying that 3 foot swells at 5 seconds.
Yeah.
That seems like it's.
So basically, when you go over one swell, it's 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000,
And then you go
5,
over
and
the
then the
next
next one. Yes, and then the next one hits you, and so kind of.
What's a good distance? Like whenever you're looking at something, it's like okay, that's kind of normal.
Sunday's forecast, where it's like 1 to 2 foot at 5 seconds or 6 seconds. That's
1 to 2 foot.
Yeah, that's. I mean, in my boat, we're just gonna kind of cruise over that. We'll be absolutely fine. You can even get sideways in it where the waves are hitting you broadside, and it's not gonna throw you around or toss you out of the boat. 3 foot's pushing it. 3 foot's a little like, do you really have to go out this weekend?
Yeah.
It's one of them trips. So
yeah.
Yes. The answer is yes.
So
always yes.
Whenever you're out there for 32 hours, you're going on the big,
Oh yeah, the Freeman. Yeah.
For the Freeman, you're out there for spending the night pretty much.
Yep.
Are you looking to go and stop? Are you trolling the water some, or what's the plan?
Well, and that's all whatever the customer wants to do. It's up to you guys to help us tailor this. For somebody who doesn't know, to explain it, we can go out there and look for wahoo, which involves a lot of trolling, which involves covering, a lot of ground around rigs, around the continental shelf drop-off at the flower garden, stuff like that. In that setup, we'll run probably in between 4 to 6 lines out there, have you guys all on the back deck. Some of them are going to be way out there, some of them will be close to the boat, and then when that fish hits, you guys are just focused on catching that one fish. I'll go around and clear all the other lines and stuff like that and kind of isolate you to that one side. Just to make it clear, though, with wahoo fishing and most of the fishing out there depends on what we're catching. With blackfin tuna, you guys can hold the rod all you want. As a matter of fact, I promote you to hold the rod just so that way I can watch you, kind of struggle and get winded and get frustrated and tired.
Yeah.
And but with stuff like wahoo.
Do you strap in or something?
No, you never take the rod out of the rod holder.
Okay, so it's in there and it's
Yep.
hold, and then you just reel.
Yep, and that sounds easy. Believe me, it does. That's what I thought. But you're looking at a reel, that is having 50 pounds of force on the other end taken out, plus the boat's moving a different direction.
You know where I
It's
get
gonna
all
be
my
tough.
training from? The Jeep Compass, the
Manual
bad boy,
windows.
manual windows. I'm ready. I just sit there all day, roll them down,
Well, good.
roll them back up.
You're good to go.
I'm
Yeah.
good to go for this.
What about like mechanical reels?
What do you mean?
Like, I want to be able to hit a button and it's like,
Oh, an electric reel.
Yeah.
Well, funny you say that. I just bought one for
That's
myself.
not really fishing. An electric reel, you push a button and it reels in for you.
It's not a button. It's a lever.
yeah, you push the, come on, Kurt, it's a lever.
Pull the pull the lever.
That's
crunk.
too easy. You got to get in there and crank it. Just be,
Yeah.
Gardy, I understand. I understand that you're jealous that I caught a 27-foot red and it was the biggest of the day.
27 foot.
That's pretty big.
Wow,
yeah.
your story just gets bigger and bigger every time.
I'm jealous of this make-believe fish.
Look, Kurt.
27 inches.
Kurt,
Here
let
we
me
go.
agree with you first.
Okay.
Because that's absolutely what I thought. And then what changed it for me was when I went out there to harvest beeline snapper. We're fishing in about 150 foot of water. We're dropping them down and, hitting these little, and it sounds funny catching snapper that are only maybe 12 to 18 inches, somewhere in that range. Doesn't sound like a lot. Snapper is a hard fighting fish regardless of which species it is. They just, them little things got some muscle on. They got, as we call it on the boat, they got some shoulders. So now multiply one fish that you normally catch on one, on your hook and your down, your down setup. And what we were doing was I was running a multi-hook setup. So I had 2 or 3 hooks on there and I was catching 2 or 3 at a time. And even that was tiresome, reeling in by myself. And then I looked over to the guy next to me who had this electric reel, who had 10 hooks on it, literally 10. Dropped it down twice, caught his limit, and then he could start catching other stuff like grouper and things of that nature. So the electric reel isn't so much a cheat as it is the proper tool for the job.
It's efficient.
Yeah, exactly. And so, and when it comes to stuff like the deep drop stuff I was explaining to you earlier, because we were talking about sword fishing, if you have a line that's,
Wait, sword fishing when you have a sword in one hand and fishing in the other?
No, I'm talking about the 200, 300, even 500-pound monsters that are swimming below you at about 1,000 foot that really don't want to come up, and they're going to be absolutely upset when
So
they get
do
here.
you recommend swimming in these waters?
I've done it. It ain't no big deal.
So you'd go down there?
Yeah. I mean, when I was a kid, I used to do that, man. When I was a kid, we'd get out offshore, and I remember my our good family friend, Gary Kroll, he looked at us. It was 7 in the morning. We were already about 42 miles offshore, and at 7 in the morning, it was already 98 degrees with the humidity at I think 85%, and it was only increasing. By 9 in the morning, it was already 102 degrees. And so I remember my uncle, Gary just looked at us. I call him my uncle. He's just a family friend, but, you grow up with all these guys.
Yeah.
He looks at us. He goes, "Man, Danny boy, I tell you what." He looking at my dad, just winded. He goes, I can't do this, man. I gotta cool off." And so we went and hid in the shade of a rig, and he jumped over. Just so you know, we don't do this with customers. This is just our, good old way of having fun out there. That way, if we do something.
So he pushed you off the boat and
No.
Okay.
Oh, believe me, Kurt, you don't gotta push me off the boat. I'm in there by myself. I can't help it. I love that stuff.
That's cool.
Well, until you see the big shadow, and then you're like, "Whoa, I'm getting out."
It's just Shamu.
With a lot of teeth.
Willie, they freed Willie, and
I think he's talking about shark. Great white shark.
It's a shark, Chiefy.
oh, I don't know.
Well, maybe not a great white, but biggest I've seen out there was a tiger shark that its tail was over there at my motor and its head was past my steering wheel. And on a 21-foot boat, actually where that center console is, that puts that shark right at about 14 foot. That's a big tiger shark.
You ever accidentally catch a dolphin? Are they too smart?
No, they're way too smart. They actually offshore, you see something that very few people get to see. You actually, everyone has the dolphin tours in Galveston. If you haven't done it, it's a cheap and fun way to spend the afternoon with the family.
Mm-hmm.
But on a fishing charter, especially ours, when we're out there, you guys can tell the listeners, you see stuff that no one else sees. And when you're that far offshore, the water turns such a crystal clear blue. Hey, crystal. And it's so awesome that you can see 20, 30 feet down, and all of a sudden this dolphin that's 7 foot will come up underneath with his belly facing you and just look you dead in the face, just wondering, "Hey, man, what's up?"
What does he say?
I don't know. I'm usually getting frustrated.
Do that again, Gardy. That was almost spot on.
You know what I said in dolphin?
You said Kurt is amazing.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, they're really smart though.
Oh, yeah, and they're smart enough to get on your nerves too, because for a fisherman, they're part of the tax tax guys. You know, besides sharks and barracuda, dolphin will go rip your snapper off your line. They'll go bite it in half. Go take, you know, everyone sees them as this cute and cuddly little like critter. I see it, I'm like, oh great, now I got to move spots. Wonderful, thank you.
So
Thank
now
you
we
for
know
my day.
what drives Miles Delgado to go crazy, and that's dolphins.
Yeah, yep.
Fisherman's nightmare. Like, get out here, the dolphins are here. Come on. Do they ever follow you?
Sometimes it feels like that, and then finally that's when I just get frustrated, and I'll, you know, I don't know. I just start yelling and getting upset. And I'm just like, why? Go away,
You
please.
can do dolphin tours, by the way, in Galveston. I didn't.
Yeah, there's
I
a
didn't know that.
little green boat, the Baywatch and the Baywatch 2. You go out on the other sightseeing boat, the Seagull, and I think the dolphin trips are like $5 for kids and $10 for an adult or something like that.
Sounds like a fun afternoon date wise.
Could you sneak your fishing pole on there? Crazy Curt doing that like fishing for $10.
There's so many people that get on. I've
What
seen
do you
those
do?
boats. You sit down and just look for a dolphin, and hopefully you see one.
Yeah.
You
About
don't get to
that simple.
pet the dolphins or anything?
No. Curt, this is what scares me. I don't want to take you on like a swamp tour or nothing because you don't want to pet that. You want to pet everything, brother. You don't want to pet the
I
gator.
want to hold the shark in my hand, give it a big old bear hug.
You don't want to pet the gator.
Kurt.
Not
Good
everything
gator.
can be hugged.
What kind of tours do you think they're doing like over there in Galveston?
Well, like you see in the movies where the dolphins are jumping up and they come up to the boat and they go, ah,
Galveston,
Galveston,
not Bahamas.
So you're just thinking like you're on the boat and like, oh, this is a tour, and the dolphins are like jumping over you, and Kurt has his hands up in the air like.
He's seen the
For
SeaWorld
$10,
commercial way too
this
much.
is the best $5 I ever spent. You know, I'm doing this all the time.
No,
I don't think
that's-
it's quite like that.
Like I said, Galveston, not the Bahamas. You
I
want
love
paradise.
the boat, the duck boat. That's a fun one.
Have you done that?
I have.
Yeah, that's cool. It's 10:35 right now.
Wait,
we got
what-
10 seconds.
10 seconds.
And we're going to go back on the FM, share everything going on. This is a Butler's Courtyard spot.
We here at KHEA Radio are proud to partner with Butler's Courtyard.
Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
10:36 a.m. It's Friday morning. What are you up to? Let us know if you're watching on Facebook. What do you have planned for this weekend? Are you going fishing? It may be kind of choppy. If you are, we got Captain Miles Delgado in studio.
Howdy.
Miles,
Yes, sir.
yesterday was Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Was it a good day for you?
Oh, absolutely. Yesterday was the day I brought my one and only woman in my life, my boat. I brought her back and put her right back in the driveway where she's supposed to be with a brand new motor and brand new axles, and kind of finally got to give her a little bit of tender love and care that she's been needing. So now that I took care of the main woman, then I got to take care of my mama, and that was it. So,
Yeah.
Overall, wonderful day.
That's awesome.
In the eyes of a fisherman, the boat's happy, mom's happy, and life is great.
Yeah, so instead of, going the chocolate route and going the flowers or the gifts and jewelry, you were able to get the boat everything.
I went unleaded gasoline and,
Now she just needs some action to go take her out on the water. Were you not listening to anything?
I know.
Yeah.
But actual Valentine. I'm trying to get to the deeper below. Like that was surface level answer.
He
I'm
just
trying to
shared
get-
about his boat and his mom and how he took care of everything.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, boat's number one, mom's number two, and that's about as good as it gets.
Yeah.
Can't get no better than that.
Everyone
That's all
just
you
signed
need.
on for Miles.
Yeah. Hey, that's something that a lot of people don't get, man, is when the ocean is as big of a part of your life as it is for me, unfortunately.
Well, your schedule's busy.
Yeah. Between being a captain for my normal day job and also doing the charters and just being an avid fisherman, any young lady that thinks, man, that lifestyle has to be awesome, and the sunsets and the sunrises, and unless your first date option is holding a fishing pole and grabbing a live shrimp, flicking you in the finger and whatnot, then might want to reconsider this kind of date option.
I feel like though that's like your ideal, right? Like
Oh
they're
yeah,
doing
well,
that,
it's
like that's
my
like,
idea. It's not theirs.
because for me, like somebody posted a meme the other day. They're like, oh, I bet like one day you're sitting in a Walmart parking lot and there's like a girl who's like chowing down on like this big cheeseburger, and you go, that's the one. There it is.
Well, for me, the one right now is 21 foot with a deep V and a 200 horsepower Suzuki on the back. That's my one and only right now.
Sounds gorgeous.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
we saw something that a local restaurant shared out where it was like, hey, send a 12-pack, send a 20-pack of tacos to your loved one. And they did delivery, which was awesome. And somebody had commented on it. It was like, send her the 12-pack so she can pretend like she's going to share with her friends and then just eat all those tacos for herself. And that was a good idea. I wonder how many people took advantage of that. And speaking of Mexican food, speaking of tacos, you came with us to Los Compas in Galveston.
Oh.
And did that Domingo Burrito Challenge.
Oh, no.
You remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
That was a big
hard
one,
to
huh?
forget that one. I had to go offshore that night, and I was hurting. You guys,
You know who
man.
knocked it out?
Who?
Crystal.
I did.
Wait, you ate the whole thing?
I ate the entire thing in less than an hour.
What the?
You know who didn't?
Curt.
You two.
Yeah.
You know who didn't even try? Me. You know what? You know what I got? Just like menudo. I got like something. I was like, I'm just gonna eat this menudo and take pictures of you guys. But y'all all tried it.
Yeah.
That was cool.
It was like 9 p.m. and I was out there, about 12, 13 miles out, just
Hurting.
sweating. I couldn't breathe. I was like, oh man. It's not that I was sick, guys. Let me make that clear.
Yeah.
It's just I was so full, it hurt. And when you're getting tossed around by the motion of the ocean, it ain't,
If it ain't moving, it isn't. Wait, if it's not.
we're just going to stop right there.
Yeah.
I was
okay.
going to talk about your groove and the poop and the grooving.
Yeah.
Wow.
From Dr. Choppa.
I understand that. Maybe the people listening don't understand that. And I think even if you're going to say somebody else's saying, you have to nail it on the first time, or at least know what you're going to say before you start.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I still
huh?
can't.
Look at Miles over here. She said, where do we go from here? I'll take this one, Curt, okay?
All right.
It's 10:40 a.m. It's Friday morning. This is KHEAradio.com, 99.5 FM. We have a ton of stuff going on. Right now, we have Captain Miles Delgado from Del Agua Charters in studio. They just made an upgrade, 42-foot boat, able to go on overnight trips.
Yep.
Also, able to do jetty trips that they will be booking, I think, this summer.
Well, we're already trying to book. As far as we're concerned, if we get the right day, we can make it happen this month, but we will be in full swing, full action, full throttle, everything we can throw at it next month. Right now, we just got a lot of the sea fog and normal conditions for Galveston. We're wrapping up the winter season, wrapping up the season of all these, high winds and northern fronts. And,
Yeah.
Half the country is frozen, and down here in Texas, we're in comfortable 69, almost short kind of weather, like wearing shorts and flip-flops. I mean, the Texas coastal, I guess attire is usually shorts, flops, and then a hoodie.
I think it's supposed to be like 73 today.
Oh, man, even better. I'm going to get home and change into some shorts. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I might take the boat to Clear Lake and go mess around.
You do that? You're able to take your boat and you just drive around, huh?
Yeah. I pass by the boardwalk and wave at all the friendly little faces, and they look at me, and, now I just got to dodge the sailboaters.
Yeah.
Any of you listeners out there, I have nothing against sailboat, and I do believe that,
The water is meant to be tamed.
Yeah.
By me.
And the wind in my sails, and as I navigate and blah, blah. Yeah, dude. And the time it takes you to tack around and send up 15 lines, I already turned my motor on and hit about 40 knots. So see you later. I'll see when you get to where I'm going next week. I'll be there in 3
throwing
hours.
shade on
A little bit of shade.
A little bit like.
Sailboats just get it. Look, on a commercial side of things, guys, like with all the fog, have you guys noticed the sea fog that's been rolling through?
Yeah.
I sent you guys the picture. I had 100-foot visibility, and then that shut out to 50-foot visibility. And if it weren't for my radar and everything else I have at work, I don't know what's with guys who own sailboats. They're like, whoa, shut out, sea fog, and 5-foot swells. Here we go. I'm heading out.
Well, I think they're on the water for a different reason. Is that safe to say? Because do people try and fish from a sailboat? Don't know. They're too busy trying to control where it's going.
They're too busy rigging it.
So I think for them, it's just like, the experience and everything else. Like, I'm out here to navigate in this way, and I don't know.
For me, my little brother Max, who's in the maritime program. I mean, not in the maritime program. He's in the marine engineering program at Galveston A&M. Being in that realm of thinking and the way his mind works, he loves sailboat. He loves the mechanical advantages of this and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Me personally, and the way my brother who's aspiring to be a captain like me, we just boop, turn the key and we're gone.
Yeah.
So that's what we like. I personally don't care for the other one, and the other side doesn't care for us. So
is one in the maritime and one's in the mechanical?
Marine engineering. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
I remember you saying like one of the brothers kind of favored you and the other one was kind of like, oh.
Yeah, well, that's how it works. Is my older brother, we're so different in my family because it's 100 miles an hour one direction, and then even faster in the other.
Yeah.
So my older brother, he loved school so much. He loved learning. He loved, he's a big Star Wars nerd, and he's just, all about comics and the Marvel and DC. And
Yeah.
he played that card game Magic. I have no idea what that is.
Yeah.
I just used to look at him and be like, that kind of looks cool, whatever. And I'd throw him around the room or whatever, But, and then you get me, who was happier outside, playing with a stick than being inside. I mean, anything was better than being inside.
Yeah.
And so then when it came to the twins, the older twin that's older by a minute, he ended up favoring my older brother. He ended up being real smart and intricate and like working inside and doing things. And then the baby of the family, Sam, he comes out and he's just like me, sounds like me, talks like me. And, me and him, when it comes to us fishing on the boat together, Sam works so well with me because he already knows what I'm thinking, what I'm doing, what I'm going to say before I even do it. He just looks at me and just nods his head. He's like, I got you, brother.
That's cool.
That's what it's about. The chemistry on the boat, make it work, make it happen. And, that's efficient. That's how you get that done.
Speaking of family, how's your dad doing? He went on that charter
absolutely.
with us and doing.
He's
awesome.
excited. He's excited to try out the new boat with the new motor, and he's excited to start running trips as soon as we can book him. So anybody out there listening, we got senior captain Daniel Delgado at the house, the old salt, and then you got me and the young guys at the house waiting on y'all to call.
That's cool. Curt, you got to say something when you switch the camera to yourself and it's just the keto nachos. There. You got to say something.
Yeah.
You just been chilling there.
Pointing at the name.
Me? That's him in the camera.
Wait, it is?
Oh, I was looking over here. It is Miles. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I was looking at the switcher.
Rude.
Well, with the matching shirts.
It's hard. I was going to say, and the deckhand Curt.
Yeah, the deckhand Curt. Curt we're gonna officially employ Curt Casper as deckhand and bucket washer on the boat.
What is the bucket washer? Is it literally just washing buckets?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's an important job. You do need to clean buckets whenever I throw up in it.
Let me be specific. Whenever we go offshore, and this is in either boat that we go offshore, you have a lot of chum, a lot of fish that you're bringing up and cutting into small pieces so you can chunk it over the side of the boat. And when it comes to kingfish, the way you preserve a kingfish the best is as soon as you catch it, as soon as that fish comes over the rail and into the boat, then me or one of the other guys on the boat will take that kingfish, stick his head in a bucket, gut him from his navel down to his throat, pull all the goodies out of his stomach, and stuff him full of ice. And that right there is what is the difference between preserving an oily fish such as a mackerel family fish and being able to have something that tastes great after you get off of a long day of fishing and then getting home and having mush. So
I feel like that's just like a hot dog on the inside of a hot dog.
Sure, a little bit. Hey, Mr. Narvaez has some questions. He's asking about the boat, but should we get him to call us? Would he be open to giving us a call? Mr. Narvaez, I just asked, but that'd be a lot of fun because I know he's interested in fishing, so I'm going to punch our phone number in here. But it's 346-704-1806. I think if you give us a call, we'll be able to punch you in and see those questions answered, anything you have. I think he would be a great person to go on a fishing experience with. Crystal would know. Obviously, that's her dad. But is he the one who's always taking you fishing?
Oh, yeah. No, he's the only reason I know anything about fishing. That man loves fishing. He goes on, he used to go on offshore fishing trips all the time. So this is right up his alley.
Oh, nice.
That's cool. All right. So right now it's 10:47. We got about a little less than 13 minutes left where we're going to be going.
Hey, hold on just 1 second.
All right. We're going to get this punched in. Let me turn this music off and let's see if we can get it going. Hey, Mr. Narvaez, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on, Gardy?
Not too much. We're just talking to Captain Miles Delgado here.
Howdy.
And first of all, we have to say Crystal's awesome. She's been working with us here in all different areas. And thank you for having an amazing daughter to come help us out pretty much. I know you have more. So whenever they're ready, whenever they're ready to come on, we're open to that.
Oh, we could have both of his. Yeah. They could help too.
Hannah has to graduate. Like from Duke as well. We have to wait till Hannah's done at Duke.
I don't know if y'all can handle Hannah.
Yeah, you can't handle Hannah.
No, she's going to walk around and be like, chocolate muffins? Chocolate muffins?
That's your nickname, Kurt.
I know.
So you were asking some questions. You had asked about something about the boat. Is there anything else you want to ask Miles? He's here. He can hear you.
Yeah, what you got?
No, man, I'm ready. Let's go.
He's ready. He wanted to know, is there a website where he can maybe see the boat or some pictures? Are we going to be working on that?
We're currently working on that, and what we're going to do for both Delagua and Pelagic Passion is we're going to build a live calendar for you to be able to see and select your dates. So that way, as soon as you find the date that's going to work for you within our calendar and our scheduling of being able to accommodate as many people as possible, then you'll be able to put a down payment, buy your date, and the only thing that'll get in the way of that is Mother Nature herself. Because other than that, as far as we're concerned, once you're booked in, you're going on that
Good to
trip.
go.
Yep.
Mr. Narvez, being a fisherman and Crystal saying he took me fishing and everything. Is there a kind of fish that you prefer to catch or to eat or going offshore in the jetties?
What's your favorite?
Oh, the favorite fish is ling by far.
Oh,
of course, Maui.
Yeah, that's
snapper.
That's going to come up.
That's cool. Is that fish that you catch offshore or inshore?
Yes.
Okay.
Ling is offshore. Yeah.
Okay.
Ling is the same thing as cobia, and so that when I said cobia season, that's what's coming up in the spring. As soon as the water hits 70 degrees, it's on.
That's cool. Mr. Narvez, have you made multiple trips offshore before?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've been 30, 40 miles off in an 18-foot center console Larson. Work all night shift work and head out in the morning and fish all day and then go right back to work with the boat and cleaning fish and frying them up at work.
Really?
Yep.
That's cool.
Sounds good.
What kind of work were you doing then? Were you able to do that?
Oh, I was a chemical operator at Sterling Chemicals. It was right there on the water by Texas City Dike.
That's awesome.
Nice.
That's awesome. Kurt, what do you think?
I think I need to go with Randy, too.
Yeah,
I feel
we
like
need to
that'd
go.
be fun. He would know all the tips and tricks.
Do you, Mr.
I don't
Narvez,
know if that's good for your health, Kurt.
would he end up off the boat?
I do think so.
I saw that as a comment earlier.
Where did Kurt go? I don't know. Mr.
Yeah,
Narvez.
Bye-bye.
if Kurt had trouble with a redfish, he won't last even 30, 40 miles, much less 200 miles
I
off.
didn't have any trouble with the redfish. It was.
You had a little bit of trouble.
Well,
he danced all the way around the boat.
I did buy several fighting harnesses that will have a back brace. They have the shoulder, the
Kurt's
shoulder
next
straps,
redfish.
everything, so that way we can basically.
Man, I was
that fish
bruised all down my leg.
Lord.
And then in my stomach area, just bruised from that experience.
My favorite part of that is that it was literally hooked on there, already got it, and then they handed it, here, Kurt, reel it in. He was like, I caught a 27-inch redfish.
We didn't have time to hand off the rod. As soon as it hit the bottom,
the fish were biting.
Yeah, we were in the process of handing the pole to Kurt, and then all of a sudden it almost got yanked out of our hands, and we're like, dude, grab it here, go, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, quit trying to take this as Go ahead.
Yeah,
Randy.
if you're like that at the jetties, I mean, it's a whole nother level offshore. I mean,
don't.
half the time it doesn't even get to the bottom before something's taken off with it.
We'll
And
take
I'm
good care
talking
of it.
about 45-minute, hour-long fish fights. If you get, like a 6-foot shark or even a tuna, it could take an hour, 2 hours to get a big tuna in.
Mr. Narvez, do you have a boat?
No. I've had 3 back surgeries, and part of that is going 30 miles offshore in 3 to 5 foot waves. But me and Kyle we were looking at, what was it, a Mako, a 28-foot Mako about a year ago. And I was very close to getting it. My younger brother actually talked some sense into me and said, hey, what happens if something happens to your back out there with your kids? And it was like, okay, maybe that's not such a wise decision.
So can we have Kyle, who is your youngest son, can we have Kyle maybe teach Kurt some fishing lessons so he can learn how to reel in that redfish?
Oh, I tell you, Kyle's been offshore with me on 12, even 18-hour trips. It started pouring down raining. And I'll tell you, I love fishing offshore, and it was raining so hard I was staying in the boat. He went out there in the rain, and this was rain that was coming down that felt like needles hitting your face. He's out there pulling up 15-pound snapper left and right, and I had to go out there with him and, help him out. yeah, he knows how to do it.
That's cool. Hey, Mr. Narvez, thank you so much for taking this time for us. Oh, wait.
Wait, one last thing before you go, Dad. I just want to give a shout out to you and Amy. Happy 22nd anniversary.
Hey, happy anniversary.
Hey, happy
Wait,
anniversary.
today?
Yeah,
Oh,
today.
wow, thanks.
That's what's up. Happy anniversary to you.
What did you get her?
Socks.
Yeah.
A sexy garbage disposal.
That was for Valentine's.
Miles is nodding in like
He's like, oh,
approval.
yeah, that works.
That's a good gift.
Good gift. Great
Yeah.
gift.
We bought my mama for Valentine's Day a brand new washer and dryer. So I mean,
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I like.
Hey!
It's practical.
Let's
Yeah,
be
that's
practical people.
Valentine's.
I got a big card from
I was
Walmart.
actually-
Yay!
Yeah.
No.
I was looking at a BMW X7 this morning, so
Ooh, look at Crystal's.
they're not in yet. It's going to be another couple months, so maybe
No.
that'll suffice.
Well, the 7 Series is where it's at, so that's what's up. You know what, Kurt, I feel like you should hang out with Mr. Narvez more. You know, maybe go back under
I
his
used
wing.
to walk with Mr. Narvez every morning, and then he dumped me. Like he will when I go over the boat.
Dump over the water later, Kurt. Anyways, hey, happy anniversary, and have a good day. Thank you for talking to us for a little bit.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys. Y'all have a great day.
You
You
too.
too.
Bye. Miles.
Sir.
Man, thank you for joining us. We're almost out of time. So if somebody's looking to call you, somebody's looking at exploring, what does it look like to go on a Del Agua charter? How do they get a hold of you?
Best way to do it is going to be through my email. So that's delaguacharters@gmail.com. Or you can give me a personal call or text on my cell phone, which my personal number is 832-901-3955. All this information is on the official Del Agua Charters website at delaguacharters.com. Just send me an email describing what it is you would like to go catch, when it is or how soon you want to make this trip happen.
Right.
We'll be able to give you our schedule and kind of give you a layout of what days to choose from and see when we can make it happen for you.
So for that 30, however long you're out there, you're spending the night. What do you need to bring? Like, we need to bring, obviously, like, our gear. Do we need to bring, like, some lunch and some dinner and breakfast? What all do we need?
You're catching that.
So you're saying, like, we're going to catch it.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yep.
Can I bring, like, some tortillas or something?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I don't know. Just, like, some fish tacos out there.
Yeah. Bring all that.
What if we don't catch anything?
That's your fault. I'm gonna have food. I'm making my own sandwiches.
Darwinism of the finest.
Exactly.
I'm so hungry. Like, after one day, literally, I starved. It's just like, I can't make it anymore. I can't make it. Like, that's it.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Man, I had those tuna fish sandwiches. Like, remember whenever we went on that jetty trip? You brought tuna. I brought some tuna. I think everybody did, but I really love tuna
The
fish.
watermelon. Oh.
Yeah, because we shoved all that down deep in the ice in the cooler. So when we pulled it out, that tuna was ice cold. The watermelon was ice cold. And so just to bring it into light, with the cobia season around the corner, Kurt, we need you specifically with your drone knowledge and all your drones and all that good stuff. Because one thing that's been apparent in the past years when we've done this, cobia is a very, very finicky fish. I don't know what ling, which is the other name for cobia, stands for. I think it stands for like the ancient Hawaiian name of fish that looks but doesn't eat. They're infuriating. So
is that due to bait?
Dude, I have
Or
no
not sure?
clue.
Okay.
Honestly, I've seen cobia, eat the most rank, nasty, just burnt piece of fish out there. And, like all your old chum that's been baking in the sun that's black and gross. And they'll eat that like candy. And then you throw the fresh bait in front of them and they just look at it like, dude.
Something's up with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll come up right under the boat and look at you, even bump the boat with their tail. It's always a mystery with these fish. But during their annual run, they start coming to the surface. That's where you and your drones come in. So that way we can execute and get, accurate kind of findings on them.
You're just going to use me for the drone.
Yeah, pretty much.
Whenever you brought up the drone, Kurt's eyes lit up, and he was like, he was
so excited.
You mentioned expert drone, and he was just like, oh, he stood up a little straighter, threw his shoulders back. He's like, me, expert drone? Yeah, that's
guys.
me.
If you haven't seen the videos that he's put out, man, I mean, this guy knows what he's doing. So I'm
good stuff.
I'm happy with him being my seagull, being my eye in the sky.
I call him more my parrot. And you know what? I used to say I'm the captain of this ship. Speaking of KHEA radio, and then he was my little parrot on the side.
Polly, want a cracker?
And I'm like, quiet, Polly, get down, shoot the drone, go fly drone, go fly drone. Just kidding, but no, I agree. That video for Del Agua Charters, which we shared
was
earlier,
awesome.
it's really nice.
Yep.
We had a great time.
Yep.
So
only more to come.
That's what I'm thinking. You know, we go out there and I'm bringing some tortillas. We can have some fish tacos. Post them on our Talk of Taco Facebook group.
If anything, what we'll do as a warm-up trip is I'll take y'all offshore on my boat first and kind of get you, like, situated and get you ready for the next step. That way it's not just a shock of, you know, all right, well, here we go. Now we're going to spend, you know, the night 130, 140 miles out, and good luck. And, oh, don't be nervous. You know, I would like to kind of warm you guys up.
I would like to be broken into just to get used to being out. Because the last time I went fishing was with you.
Yep.
Can you imagine that if that was the last time you went fishing?
That was a good trip. I was happy with it.
You know, but I'm just saying, like,
like
sorry. If you hadn't been fishing since, I had a great time as well.
Yeah, no, I thought we were talking about like the end game. Like, if that's the last trip you ever had, I was okay with it.
Be satisfied. Yeah. So, what do you think, Kurt? We're about out of time.
Let's wrap this show up. Be ready for Monday morning. I'm excited for next week. Next week, we got a big week ahead. We might be going live from
the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo Barbecue Cook-Off that's taking place in Houston, Texas. You know, whenever it comes to being experts at eating food, whenever it comes to being experts at overeating, there is none better than me and Kurt. I will put us up there against maybe anybody else. Not maybe more of an expertise on overeating than it is of like actually being expert on the food. But I love barbecue. I've had it. I realized I had barbecue again yesterday from Texas Pit Stop. That was day 7 in a row. And I don't know if I've usually done this like my entire life, but I just started realizing like, hey, you know what? I've had barbecue like 4 days in a row. And then like next thing I was like, oh, I had it 5. And then I forgot about 6 and 7. And I was like counting back. I was like, so will today be 8?
I don't know. Let's go to Rudy's. I'm buying.
You know what? Probably.
If he's buying, we're going.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
It's 11 o'clock a.m. It's Friday. Y'all have an amazing day. You're going to have an amazing day. Don't forget about that video and the things that we're raising for the Birthday Joy program. We're asking you to be a part of what we have going on. If you haven't seen the videos that we've dropped, the Birthday Joy program, they throw birthday parties for local kids that live in shelters, local kids that are living in group homes. They either don't have parents or they were taken away by the state at this time, and it was seemed as a situation that was better to live in these group homes. The Birthday Joy program comes in, throws birthday parties for these kids, so each of them can have some kind of party, some kind of joy. I remember being a kid, and we've talked about this. You too, when that was a big part, you know, birthday, family, and all that. So we want to be able to use this platform, use KHEA Radio to put awareness, put a spotlight on programs like the Birthday Joy. From now till February 22nd, you have the opportunity to drop off gift cards to like Target, gift cards to Walmart, toys, books, all kinds of stuff, party supplies, balloons, you know, and not inflated yet, but drop them off at KHEA Radio, drop them off at Abundant Life Christian Center, Butler's Courtyard, and at Living Well Clinical Nutrition.
Yes, that's awesome. I can't wait.
It's a lot.
Get your toys in.
I need to like get that condensed.
Now
till February 22nd.
No, that sounded good, man. That was perfect.
This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. Coming up next is United Rule. Stay tuned. It's going to be an awesome day for you. I believe it. Be the good in the world. Spread some positivity. Have an awesome day. Be blessed. Be blessed.
Your palette's still on.
Oh, it is. It kind of blended in with that.